It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power
do something. I'm gonna do something that I've never done. Gonna do something I've never done before, ladies and gentlemen.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for November 1st, 2023. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Wednesday evenings, wherever you may be, joined by my very, very good friend and co-host on Wednesday nights, the Chi-Town Smark himself, and we already oh my goodness, we haven't even said anything yet, man. Raging Girl Gamer with a $100 super chat. Have a big announcement, y'all. I never liked JD or Jesse. It was all a lie, she says. We love you too, Rage. We love you too. Jesse, what's going on, my man?
What's good, bro? What's good, man?
Nothing, man. Nothing. It seems like I ruffled some feathers, bro, in the chat by playing Doc and Red Skies, man. A lot of people are on the side that this wasn't a Red Skies show tonight, and they're expecting us to rant. I don't think we're going to rant. I just think that we're a little disappointed and a little frustrated at AEW, man. I don't know what you thought of tonight's show. We might as well jump right into it. I really don't know what to feel tonight, man. It seemingly felt like the show was all over the place, And it's very difficult to not be let down by some of the things that happened tonight.
Yeah. That was a show.
Yeah.
That was a show.
Yeah.
It happened. I don't. Ugh.
What was your biggest? Listen, man, I'm giving the floor to you like I usually do with Drew on Tuesday nights. I'm letting you do what you want to do here, man. The floor is always yours to talk about whatever, man. Let's keep it within the realm of Dynamite here. I don't really feel like it was a substantial show tonight. I mean, right off the top of your head, man, let them know what you're feeling.
So I don't want to start off with just the bad.
Yeah.
All right. Because it wasn't like a total wash of a show for me. I think that the Bucks coming into this show, first off, the crowd was non-existent. The crowd was god awful.
Yeah, the crowd was bad.
One of the worst crowds I can remember.
Yeah.
But that being said, the Bucks have come in ice cold. A lot of it has to do with the backstage drama, but a lot of it also has to do with the fact that they're not doing anything.
You know, I don't want to cut you off. I will add this as a side note to what Jesse's talking about with the Bucks. They did win a Fatal 4-Way number one contenders match at WrestleDream that has not been talked about on television since the end of that pay-per-view.
Wow. Yeah, it just feels like they're just doing nothing of interest. You know, if you're on TV doing nothing of interest, then you're not doing anything but letting us sit here and think about the crap that does go on backstage.
Yeah.
So at the very least, they could be involved in something interesting. So that being said, with tonight's show, it looks like we're gonna get some kind of direction with the Bucks, like they're gonna go heel. I couldn't agree with that more. You know, they need to do something. If they're gonna be an anchor in this company, they need to be involved and stay involved, and they can't be, you know, trotting around with ROH titles and just kind of being half in and half out of shit. I mean, it legit makes no sense why Kenny would be sitting there with Jericho looking for two teammates, and they go for Big Show and Kota Ibushi. They went and shopped somewhere in Japan, and they went and got the slowest guy on the entire roster.
All right,
when you have the Young Bucks in your locker room.
Okay. All right. So Jesse wants to start with that. It's fair game. He's my co-host. He could do whatever he wants. I guess we'll start with that. I know it wasn't the biggest thing that happened on the show, but it was definitely an eye-opening statement by Tony Khan and his creative team for sure on Dynamite. You know, I could sit here and you guys know that, you know, I like to be out there. I like to make jokes and make light of things and make fun of things and be entertaining because that's what the YouTube realm is. That's what being a content creator is. At the same time, I'd like to think I give a very solid pro wrestling opinion with a lot of merit and a lot of meaning, okay? I don't understand, and I don't know who in AEW is listening to this. I really don't care. For 4 years, we've been told that this show, this brand, this company has been the alternative or was going to be the alternative. Now, granted, this may be a one-off. This may be his send-off. This may be something that he wanted to do before he hangs up the boots. Quite honestly, I don't give a shit. I don't. Now, we have to be subjected to Paul White on AEW television after we had just gotten rid of him off WWE television. He was brought into this company to do what, Jesse, per se, exactly? As a backstage what? A backstage producer, an agent, a coach? What is his role back here?
He was brought on, and he was on the announce team of Dark Revolutions. Dark
Elevation. Yeah.
Elevation, sorry. And I actually praised his work on that. I thought he did, great shit, and with his experience, in this business, all around the damn world where he worked with WWE, I'm assuming his talents are also being used as a coach, maybe a producer here and there, wherever Tony Khan might need the expertise in the field, And I had no complaints about that. Same for Mark Henry. Where's Mark Henry?
Mark Henry's not on TV. He was the voice of the main event on AEW Rampage once upon a time. Clearly that the show is in the fucking trash and one of the worst hours of television that you could possibly ask for from AEW. He's no longer on the show because what is his purpose on the show, really? Nothing.
I actually enjoyed him saying it's time for the main
Me
event.
too. It gave the show some fucking. It gave the show some standalone credibility. Like, all right, that's a little unique, you know.
I actually enjoyed that. I would have taken that very same aspect and put that on Collision and give that to Mark Henry. I loved it.
So that's what Paul White. That's what Paul White was brought in to do. A little bit of everything. A myriad of several different aspects backstage. Great. So you want to sell AEW to me as the alternative to WWE, yet on November 1st, 2023, going into their last or second to last pay-per-view now that they've announced World's End, second to last pay-per-view in 2023, we have fucking Big Show at a pay-per-view in a on Dynamite. I'm sorry, not even at the pay-per-view. On Dynamite 2 weeks from now in Ontario, Canada, wrestling the Don Callis family. Will Ospreay and Big Show are going to be in the fucking ring together. I mean, am I in the Twilight Zone? Now, I don't know if this is a one-off, like I said, but nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody watching this show, nobody watching this live stream tonight has asked for the Big Show. I find that very difficult to believe. So why do we have Big Show in AEW on television in 2023? It's bad enough we've gotten Jeff Jarrett. Now he's taken a reduced role, sure, on television. He's not as prevalent on TV as he once was. But Jeff Jarrett, who is the director of business development, how is that actually driving business for AEW on Dynamite and Collision and wherever else he wants to poke his fucking nose? I mean, I don't really understand any of this. Why? Why are these men on fucking television? Big Show was out of breath by throwing a right hand at Kyle Fletcher tonight, and it looked like his knees were going to buckle on stage just standing there. Why the fuck are we getting this 2 weeks from now when nobody asked for it?
Don't forget Ric Flair, too.
And Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I mean, is this Tony Khan's way of bolstering those ratings going into the next round of TV negotiations?
You know what, man? I'll be honest with you. Let's say it did. Let's say putting Paul White on TV is great for the ratings. And it's not. It's not. So, but let's pretend it is for a second. It doesn't make the show better.
No.
It doesn't make the show better. Like you just said, they're supposed to be the alternative. WWE is the company that would just put a body in the ring just because it would be good for the ratings. And supposedly that's not the AEW way. It seems to be the way now, but nonetheless, like I just said a second ago, putting Paul White in the ring will not do anything for the ratings. It would not improve your product, and it's a slap in the face to your core fan base. What are we doing here?
I don't know what we're doing. I've said this time and time and time again. I don't know who's in Tony Khan's ear. I don't know what he's coming up with when he's not on the show or backstage sitting gorilla. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but AEW is not the alternative anymore. They're not. I mean, they give us great wrestling matches. I mean, that's a fucking given. But you're not the alternative anymore when you're stooping to WCW, TNA, and Vince McMahon fucking levels here. Why? I didn't sign up for this shit to watch fucking Big Show on Dynamite.
No.
You got Keith Lee just sitting there. Why isn't he in the fucking match when he's double the size of Will Hobbs? I don't get it. You got Big Show on TV and Keith Lee collecting dust on Tony Khan's toy shelf. Or am I just wrong in that? Please, someone tell me I'm wrong. Oh, that's right, you can't. I would have even taken Goldberg. And I hate Goldberg.
Whoa.
At least Goldberg can fucking move.
And not injure someone?
Whatever.
You're right. I'll take Big Show.
No.
But I don't want that either, though. It's lame.
It's lame. I don't.
At least Big Show loves the business.
Fine. I retract my statement.
At least Big Show loves this business.
I retract my statement. It was a heat of the moment fucking statement. Fine. At the end of the day, this is not the alternative. This is not what we signed up for. Maybe he's just losing it. Maybe he really is just losing it because he now understands that he isn't the alternative anymore. And whatever Triple H is doing on both Monday and Friday, listen, it's not fucking breaking the walls down. It's not fucking breaking boundaries. They're not creating great television over there. I mean, it's adequate television. But whatever Tony Khan does or is going to do, Triple H has the power now to do that and better. We've seen it from him. We know what he's capable of. Don't lower yourself to that fucking WWE Vince level. Why?
Yeah, this is not fun anymore, man. It's really not. We seem to be chasing, the pink elephant here. We're trying to chase down that magic. We're trying to chase down that 2019 magic. It's just, I don't understand how we can't capture it. I mean, we have the formula, we have the roster. What are we doing here, man? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've gone back and I've taken a look at some of this stuff, and we've seen highlights of greatness with the AEW, product and the creative teams and spots. But AEW has not been consistently great, not gonna lie, since around the time-ish that Cody and Brandy left. Consistently great.
I'm not gonna place that on him. It's definitely had an impact. I'll tell you that right now. You are not wrong. It's not squared. It's not solely squared around Cody Rhodes leaving.
I'm not saying that without Cody they can't. I mean, it just feels like maybe creatively, maybe Cody was a sounding board for TK. Maybe. I mean, I'm just shooting in the fucking dark here. Maybe he was the same way that Vince Russo was a genius working with Vince McMahon. They had the soundboard of each other. You separate them and Vince Russo is nothing. I mean, it's just an idea, thought. I don't know. But around the time-ish, all right, the creative has not been as consistently great as it was since before around the time that Cody Rhodes is here.
What did Eddie Kingston say? I got the fucking quote here. Eddie Kingston was interviewed by somebody. I don't remember who it was. This guy, whoever interviewed Eddie Kingston, asked him about CM Punk. And he said, and I quote, "No, it doesn't bother me about CM Punk because I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I have a job to do, and my job is to make people talk about us. And if I didn't do a good enough job where they want to talk about the backstage stuff, then that's on me. I'll just do better next time. You know what I mean?" Then he talks about CM Punk saying that, I don't like CM Punk. We don't like each other. But do I wish CM Punk was back or is still in AEW? Sure. Do you want to know why? Because he was good for business. Why can't the rest of the fucking locker room think that way? I don't understand it. You got the realest motherfucker in the entire locker room saying that about someone he doesn't like. Meanwhile, you got fucking people back there who drove this fucking guy crazy. And now he's not there. And he was the only fucking thing right now this year that was bringing some sense of fucking normalcy to the show. Do I agree with what he did? No. Now we got the fucking Big Show on television. And Collision is dog shit. It is. What are we doing? What are we doing? Nobody asked for this shit. Nobody wants to see Big Show. Nobody wants to see fucking Jeff Jarrett. I mean,
I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'm enjoying my crappy mid-pack. It is not this embarrassing. It is not this just bad, man.
Do you realize, Jesse, if Impact brought back or brought someone who fucking has been long retired and can't walk or can't fucking move to Impact to wrestle a small block of matches, and they've been putting on this great product and great television show, don't you think that's them taking 3 or 4 steps backwards and kind of muddying the identity of the show. Don't you think doing Big Show on Dynamite, even though it may be a one-off and people are probably going to say, oh, JD's complaining and ranting for nothing. It's only a one-off. Well, that's all you need is one time. The identity of the show is not, let's get 50-year-old Big Show on Dynamite to wrestle a match. You're actively taking a spot away from somebody that clearly deserves it more than Paul White. How many fucking people do you have on this roster that haven't seen an ounce of television time, yet you got no fucking problem getting Big Show on Dynamite? Again, I reiterate, Keith Lee was sitting right there. Where is his name in the creative meeting?
I don't know. I don't know maybe if Paul asked for this. I don't know, but it just doesn't flow. It does not flow with what you're doing. It makes no sense. Like you just said, why would Paul White be in the same ring with Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega? What are we doing here? This is not the kind of wrestling that your core fan base would. And look, and this is our platform. This is our way as a fan base of getting those thoughts out there to creative management, whoever it is backstage that could get a whiff of this stuff. I peeked in on a couple of other podcasts, and believe me when I tell you, it's the same sentiment all around. No one is enjoying this. I don't think there are any true AEW fans sitting around going, yes, finally, we get Paul White and Will Ospreay in a match. I mean, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? How does this improve the product? It doesn't.
Where has this Don Callis family feud gone? It's another one of my holdups in this. Like, we got Jericho and his falling out with Don Callis. Kenny Omega's lost a few times to the Don Callis family. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Konosuke Takeshita supposed to be built up in this program? Wasn't he the one that was going to kill Kota Ibushi and take Kota Ibushi and just manhandle him because he did what he did to Kenny Omega? Like, where is this whole feud centered around building up Takeshita? Meanwhile, week after week after week after week, it's nothing at all about Takeshita. Like, I understand Kenny Omega's going to get his comeuppance, or his revenge, I should say. He's going to get his revenge over the Don Callis family, but where's the building blocks for Takeshita to become the breakout star here? Or am I, again, wrong? Or was this something that was just dropped in the creative meeting and we'll revisit it somewhere down the line when it doesn't fucking matter?
You know, I like to give the benefit of the doubt to, maybe creative changes, maybe this issue, maybe that issue. I mean, it could have been quite a few things to have led to this. I can't find a way to make sense of this. There are so many young, talented people on that roster that would have really taken a nice little rub from being in this match with these guys, with the talent and the caliber of these guys. How is Paul White supposed to elevate or benefit in this match?
I don't know.
Is Paul White gonna get Kenny Omega over? Is Paul White gonna finally make Will Ospreay a big name? What are we doing here? He's supposed to get Hobbs over? Why?
The best thing about Jericho was their fucking theme song, their mashup theme song. That was it. I don't know who's clamoring to see that fucking thrown together tag team, that thrown together Vince tag team back on AEW Dynamite in 2023. I don't understand it. Or am I overreacting?
But I and you we're AEW shills, though.
It's not the only thing that we have a problem with tonight. That's just one of a list of things that Jesse and I have a problem with tonight. Again, I'm going to follow Jesse's lead here. I'm going to start off with the good in this next situation. We all love MJF. Pro Wrestler of the Year. No doubt about it. In my honest opinion. It's had banger after banger after banger. The match with Kenny Omega was fucking fantastic. They blew everybody away. Probably one of the best main events that AEW's put on national television in 2023, possibly ever. Now, I get that MJF's in the middle of this storyline and everybody's chasing the world championship. I get it. And I really appreciate when you have a storyline that's woven throughout the 2 hours of a Dynamite or a Collision or whatever AEW is doing, and it spreads out from the beginning to the end. I get it. I love it. I wish more shows would do that. It makes the television better. But in this case, Jesse, to me, it wasn't as interesting as it should have been. We waited all show for Max to pick partners. They had several different options that were a lot better right in front of them. And we waited all night for Max to team with the Acclaimed and then get pinned clean as the champion who has his belt stolen right now. And then for the ending of the show where Max scissors the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass. That's some
WWE shit.
That's what we waited for. That's what we waited for. Now, I don't know if you guys enjoyed that or not. You might have enjoyed that. And listen, before anybody says anything that we're haters, Jesse and I love the Acclaimed, legitimately. We have no problems with them. But you cannot sit there and tell me that creative decision was the best decision and the best option that AEW had for Max's partners tonight. You got Kenny Omega in a fucking nothing match with 2.0. And again, we love 2.0. But what does this match mean to anything past this show tonight? Nothing. You had Kenny Omega. You had Wardlow. Where the fuck was Samoa Joe all night? I mean, he didn't even show face tonight. You got those three guys right there. All you needed to do was weave them into the storyline. Max needs to give them a championship match at some point. I'll give you a championship match. Just help me out tonight against these fucking assholes in the Bullet Club Gold, and then we'll conduct business when we get my belt back. That's it. That was the best option. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells me. I don't give a shit if you tell me I'm wrong or I don't know anything. That was the best option. And if not that, Jesse, it should have been the fucking Kingdom because they play into the storyline, not the Acclaimed. I don't want to see MJF wearing fucking pink. I don't want to see MJF scissoring when he lost clean to the guy who has his title. I mean, again, is Tony becoming Vince? Because it certainly seemed like a fucking Monday Night Raw ending in the Bruce Vince era.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so fucking.
Yeah, let me get pinned. Let me get pinned clean by the guy who stole my title. But I'm gonna scissor anyway.
Yeah, I'm so happy I'll scissor. I don't have the Triple B back. I mean, we could have went like you just said. We could have went with Joe and Wardlow, two guys that clearly want MJF's title, but in the interest of getting that shot, they'll team with him and help him win.
That's it. I mean, it writes itself. It writes itself. We've said this for weeks. Yeah, the Acclaimed is the best idea because we got to send the crowd home happy with the champion who lost clean tonight, has his belt stolen. Yeah, we'll scissor. I mean, I don't know if Kentucky wants logical fucking pro wrestling booked a good way, or do you want to get sent home happy? One or the other, man. Seriously.
Oh, wow, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't you think that makes MJF look weak?
No, he looked very fucking weak today. The whole episode.
I hate saying that. I hate saying it.
He looked very weak tonight. This whole episode, he's scrambling to try to find a friend. He's trying to find a partner. I mean, which is not the worst. I mean, it's fine. But clearly, he couldn't find anybody he wanted to team with. He had to settle for the Acclaim. And then he ate the L. And then he's scissoring at the end of it. This title that he no longer has physical possession of is supposed to be the most important thing in his life. And he's seriously going about it all nonchalant, like it seems, you know. I don't understand it. I don't know, man.
Stories like this don't even make sense on television because you got Tony Khan sitting in the fucking gorilla position right behind that goddamn curtain. He's the CEO of the company. He has to come out and say, hey, you got property that doesn't belong to you. You stole this. It doesn't belong to you. Can you give it back to the fucking guy that is holding my championship title? That's Tony's title. The fuck are we doing? None of these storylines ever make sense when they get carried out on television. All we need to do is have an authority figure come out and say, hey, man, can you give that back, please? So it's just letting Jay White carry around a fucking title that's not his. I mean, if you're tuning into the show for the first time, you'd think that Jay White's the fucking champion.
Yeah, I mean, he's walking right by TK for every match in Gorilla right there. Hey, by the way, Jay, give me the fucking title back. It belongs to Max. And I even came up with a theory to have this make sense. I understand what the story that they want to go with. They want to go with Jay White holding the title. But I don't understand why management did not say, give us this title back. We're giving it back to Max. But then Max says, whoa, 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 whoa. That asshole stole that belt from me. That asshole will give it back to me. I don't need you or anybody fucking else to go get my title for me. I'll fucking get my title. At least that would cover the logic gap of this guy walking around carrying the most important title in this industry, according to them, and no one is making any kind of effort to give it back to their champion. It would make a little sense, and it gets a little bit of that fighter pride back into MJF. Like, no. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need anybody else to give my fucking title back for me. He stole it from me. He will give it back to me, or I'll take it from his fucking corpse when I lay him out. Simple. Done.
I mean, why can Jesse come up with something that actually sounds fucking logical, and that would actually create better television? Meanwhile, we saw nothing even come close to that.
No.
Logic. Does nobody in this company have any fucking brains? Well, how are two fucking, marks in the community booking this show better than the fucking people that are working there? I don't get it. And you may think, JD's wrong. He don't know what he's talking about. No, I do know what the fuck I'm talking about. I've been doing this for a very long time. Jesse and I watch a lot of pro wrestling, man. Come on. Absolutely ridiculous.
Some of this, I mean, sometimes it feels like overly convoluted and overly booked and overly thought out as far as the creative process goes, when it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. Keep it simple. Give us great wrestling, and the talent in that ring will sell us with their promos and in their in-ring work. Easy, man. You're thinking too hard when you got to come up with somehow to get Big Show into an 8-man tag. I don't care if it's a 20-man tag. You are not going to be able to hide Paul White's inabilities at this stage of his career, man. I've seen the guy walk across the room. I don't know how he did it. He looked like he was hurting so fucking much, man. Let the guy chill and help us with his knowledge, not being in a ring, though.
Listen, that's, again, these things are just staring you right in the face. I mean, if we don't call them out, I feel like I'm not doing my job as a content creator in this space that I've created. I mean, somebody's got to say it. Who else is going to say it? I just don't believe that the Acclaimed were the best options for MJF when you had everybody sitting there. Omega didn't need to be in that match. Jericho didn't need to wrestle tonight. I mean, isn't he on tour with Fozzy? Listen, I love Chris, but I mean, he doesn't need to be there. He should still be selling the fucking attack from Will Hobbs. Number one. Kenny doesn't need to wrestle. 2.0. He had everybody just sitting there. Wardlow came up to MJF, and MJF fucking withered into fucking dust after Wardlow put his hands on him. The old MJF would have been like, fuck you, motherfucker. Nothing. Like, make a deal with these people. Get them on your side, or at least for now, then give them what they want later down the line. None of this made sense. None of it. And as a fan of both Max and what he's done with the World Championship, I feel disrespected as a fan that you treated him the way that you did tonight. Honestly. No sense.
No, I don't know why I do not know why they felt the need to pin Max tonight.
Like, I get that part. I hate it because I never agree with it, no matter where it happens. I get it. They want to create sympathy. They want to create that moment of Full Gear when he beats Jay White and gets his Triple B back. I get it. I get why they had him, fighting from behind tonight. But
I get that it's hard to create vulnerability for someone like Max. I can get that creatively. I get that it's hard to book him strong as a babyface and not have him just overdone a la, John Cena in the Super Cena era. You know what I'm saying? So you want to create some kind of adversity for the world champion, but you don't want him to lose the title. I get that part. And I'm sure there's a way we can go about that. I mean, if I sat and thought about it long enough, but I just know that this is not the right way to go about it. This was not a good idea.
No, this was, they thought way too hard about this. And all you needed to do, I mean, we came up with this weeks ago, and it just rolled off our tongues here tonight. I don't know why this seems so convoluted, like you said. I mean, this was very, very just try hard. Like, you didn't need to try hard at all. Everything is just staring you right in the face. The simple road is best here. And they dropped the ball, at least for tonight. This was the weakest MJF has looked after he just beat Kenny Omega on fucking Saturday night in an unbelievable match.
Right.
And then you have him come out here. How many fucking V-triggers did he take on Saturday? And then he loses to one fucking, one Blade Runner?
One.
One! What the fuck? This guy went through a table. This guy fucking took 6 V-triggers. Yushi, Goroshi, whatever the fuck else Kenny Omega did. One Blade Runner, and that was it. Does nobody think about that? Yeah, we'll beat Max with one Blade Runner.
But now we're going to get matches. We're going to get a match where people are going to kick out of the Blade Runner 3 and 4 times in a match.
Yeah, Max will kick out of the Blade Runner fucking 2 times at least at the pay-per-view. Fuck out of here. Ridiculous. That's another thing that we had as a problem. The next thing on my list of problems with tonight's show, and again, I'm going to follow the same pattern. I'm going to start off with a positive. The ladies. Everybody thought the ladies were getting their own pay-per-view tonight. Everybody thought the ladies were going to get their own show tonight. I'm glad neither one of those things happened because AEW can't even book the ladies right on their actual primetime show. Never mind giving them their own show or their own pay-per-view. The stories don't add up to them getting their own pay-per-view. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. You want a revolution too? It ain't happening because the first one was terrible. Now, again, positive. We got a sub-story within the women's division that played out on Dynamite tonight. Wow! Julia Hart shows up, and Julia Hart's not a champion. Willow Nightingale's not a champion. I'll get to her in a minute. And Sky Blue's not a champion. Jesse, we got a sub-story that doesn't involve a championship, and it's semi-intriguing here because we all thought Sky Blue was going to turn to the dark side, and she spit mist in Julia Hart's face, kind of, I would say, I don't want to say she found the cure or the antidote for the black mist, but she is staying with Willow here. I like it.
Yeah, so that's a way to look at it. I mean,
is it great? No.
Here's what I saw in that. And again, man, I mean, I'm just looking at this situation. If Sky Blue was hinting all these weeks that she was about to turn to the dark side and join Julia Hart, but then she decided to spray blue mist in her face and give her a ruse and not join her. Okay. So what was the benefit of going around pretending that she was going to turn? Did she wait until she was in a match with Julia Hart that had some stakes to it? And then she made Julia believe that she was, with her. And then at the last second, she changed that. And doing that got her a victory in a match or a title shot or something like that. Maybe we put Julia Hart and Sky Blue and 2 other women in a fatal 4-way. And we lead Julia to believe that Sky Blue's in her corner. But at the last second, Sky Blue missed her in the face and steals the title opportunity. Okay, that would make a lot of sense. But Sky Blue went through all of that just to turn on Julia Hart in an after-match segment on Dynamite. Now what?
There was no explanation, no promo, no reasoning. I mean, is Sky Blue the one with the power now to turn Julia Hart back to the light and remove her from the dark? I don't know. Why are we left coming up with fucking reasonings as to why these women are doing what they're doing? Meanwhile, weeks of television, like Jesse said, where Sky Blue was transforming. Clearly, she got black eyeliner, and she's got tears under her eyes, and she's fucking dark now. All of a sudden, now she's not turning? Did she stop the poison running through her veins? I mean, I don't really understand it.
Yeah, and essentially, you gave us all of that with no real payoff. I mean, a real payoff, giving us a motive as to why Sky Blue would do this. Why would you do it? For what reason? Just to pull a prank on her? Now what? I mean, you gained nothing from all of this for the last couple of weeks. There should have been some kind of benefit for it. Willow Nightingale, triple threat match, Willow and Sky Blue and Julia Hart, triple threat match. Winner gets a title shot. Got Julia Hart believing she's got a 2-on-1 situation, dude. Got it. You know, let Julia Hart get ready to get the win. Then boom, Sky Blue, boom, Blue miss, steals the win. She gets a title shot. Julia Hart is fucking pissed. Great.
Nothing. Instead, we get some Last of Us type bullshit with fucking Sky Blue playing the role of Ellie, and she's immune to the fucking the Armageddon here. I mean, what the fuck? What are we doing? I don't get it. It makes no sense. Now, I tried to be positive, and Jesse wanted to put a logical spin on it. Fine. That's why I got him here. Fine, I tried to be positive. Well, oh, look, a women's sub-story, man. That doesn't involve a fucking open challenge. Great.
So check it out. So you said again, you were like, I'll stick with that same thing. I'll pick out something positive. And I was like, cool, all right, that sounds good. And then you said the women, and I was like,
I tried. Can we get it to the negative? Because can we please get it to the negative? Because I can't wait to talk about this one, man. I'd love for someone in AEW, maybe the women's locker room, who I know is watching, can maybe fill me in on what's going on here. So I can't wait for all the geeks on social. Oh, JD hates women's wrestling. Fine. Here's a nice little hybrid. How are you? Willow Nightingale. She was a part of a fatal four-way on Saturday, or Friday, I should say, on Friday's Collision. With who? I don't know. I don't fucking watch Rampage, and neither does anybody else. But I know she was in that match with Abaddon, who won the match. So Willow was in a number one contenders match with 3 other women. She lost. Abaddon won because it's Halloween. Abaddon won't be on TV till next Halloween, 2024. That's the way that works. Yeah, thanks for coming. Yeah, we'll call you next Halloween. Willow was in that match. She lost. Abaddon won. Abaddon got the match against Shida on Saturday night, which I thought was terrible. And then we come to Wednesday, and we find out, Jesse, that Willow is wrestling Shida for the AEW Women's Championship. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, do losers prosper in WWE? That's the way that they operate. I guess it's the same thing here in AEW, where losers prosper. We got rid of a ranking system that gave us a reason to care about these matches. You lost, you move down the rankings. You win a couple of matches, you move up. You justify a championship match. Now we got Willow losing matches on Friday. Don't get the title match on Saturday, but gets the title match on Wednesday anyway. Can anybody fill me in as to why the fuck Willow Nightingale got a championship match tonight? Or maybe I missed something. Do we have a YouTube show that I'm not aware of? Maybe it happened on Ring of Honor. I don't know, man. Maybe she did double duty on Friday with Ring of Honor. The fuck are we doing? Now, I know you didn't watch Collision outside the one match. I know you didn't watch Friday's Rampage at all, but
I watched about the first 45 minutes to an hour of Rampage, and I'm sorry, of Collision, and I got to the point where I just turned it off. Now, but I will say this. I did hear that after I turned it off, the show gets significantly better after the second.
Well, I mean, you got Dax and Ricky Starks and then the main event. I mean, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I did hear that the show gets significantly better in the second hour. But after that first hour with that Abaddon match, that went back to my Halloween party, man.
Oh, and Willow lost to Chris Statlander at Battle of the Belts, too. Wow, man. Losers. Getting number one contenderships, man. I'd love for Tony Khan to maybe tell me what the reasoning is there, man. Or maybe it was his new creative director that he hired. The fuck is going on? Or am I wrong again, man? I don't know. Maybe I should be asking these difficult questions.
We're just here to give our opinions about what they presented us on television. It might sound harsh. I am sorry to anyone watching who just thinks we're just bashing, but if this is your first time here, this is not normally how the show goes. If this is not your first time here, you know we are speaking truth. We love this show. We just don't understand. I
can't wait for the people on social media to say that we're both on Tony Khan's payroll. I love it.
Yeah.
This is why this is one of the things I'm most frustrated about, because it legitimately makes zero sense. And while you're probably telling me or watching me and screaming at the screen, oh, just watch the show and enjoy the show. No, because I can't enjoy the match because the match means nothing to me. I was in my fucking phone for half of the match. What does it matter? Willow's a loser. She's not competitive. What she's done on television is she's a loser. So why would I care about a loser getting a championship match knowing she's not going to win the title? She's just there in the typical lady spot from 9:15 to 9:25. Every fucking Wednesday, it's the same spot. And she just fills a void in the show because Tony Khan needs his lone token women's match. Meanwhile, you got people wanting tag team titles, women's tag team titles, women's shows, women's pay-per-views. I mean, they can't even book their women's division correctly here weekly. You want them to come up with 8 or 9 other stories? 16 other stories for a fucking 6-hour pay-per-view. Fuck out of here, man. You guys are crazy, man.
Hey, look, let's do this. Let's go to the beginning and start the show off with the beginning. Surely we got the beginning, the start to this Dynamite with something unique and interesting and worthy. Where do we get to start the show off?
Well, before I do that, and we'll get into the show. Okay, we got 2,100 people in here. Seemingly looks like YouTube is pushing the stream out because I haven't seen 2,100 since fucking 2 weeks ago. Don't know what's going on, but I appreciate you guys joining me. Maybe it's the negativity that's driving people to the stream, man. I got Tony Khan's announcement was garbage in the title. Maybe people are going to be like, oh, well, I wonder what JD has to say. You know?
That are people to hear what I have to say, but I don't know.
Well, you too.
No, I don't know.
You too. They're here for you too, man. Just to make you feel better. There you go. They love you on the show, man. What's the fucking negativity, man? Come on.
I'm sure I'm gonna get it, man. God forbid you run into your favorite restaurant at an airport in London. You know,
yeah, you got buried like a fucking Mike Tyson right hand, man. You never seen it coming.
Jeez,
fuck out of here. Listen, I want to thank you guys. We got 2,200 in here. I appreciate you guys very much. Get those super chats in. We'll hang out at the end of the show, starting the month off right for November, man. We're going into the holiday season before you know it. So make sure you guys get those super chats in. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes. We should have no matter what, less than 1,000. No way should we have less than 1,000. So make sure you guys get those likes in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. Go check out everything else you might have missed on the channel. And follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Follow Jesse on social media at ChyTownSmark on Twitter. And go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. I linked him down right at the very top of the description of this video. Woo! So go click his name and it'll take you right to his channel. We started Dynamite off with Orange Cassidy and Claudio Castagnoli for the, I know, your favorite way to open a Dynamite. Right back to going to the international title and Orange Cassidy for the international championship. And, I mean, this went as expected. Orange Cassidy, no matter what you think of him, no matter what you think of his gimmick, I've said this time and time again, fantastic pro wrestler. He deserves his flowers. I'm tired of hearing the hate. Stop it. It's old. It's old news. You're an idiot. You look like a fool. He's a great pro wrestler. Claudio, I mean,
I'll give this match this, okay? I'm tired of this damn title opening the show for, you know, a long match. But I will give this match this. The match was great, as it always is with Orange fucking Cassidy. I'm not even going to get into fucking Claudio. I'm not even going to talk about how great he is. And it had story as well.
Yeah.
It had story, and the match was great. In this instance, I legitimately have no real complaint about what we saw here tonight. We got 25 minutes of Orange Cassidy and Claudio Castagnoli. Fantastic. Love it. Thank you. I'm just thinking back and reaching back to memories of this title opening the show every damn week, man. It gets so fucking annoying. But it does not apply here. The match was great. Claudio was awesome. We all know this. Orange can go. If you don't know that, you should know by now. It's just so repetitive. It's just so repetitive. That's all.
Yeah, there is story. Like Jesse said, there is story here. And the story is, if you guys have not watched, last week's main event was Bryan Danielson and Claudio teaming up against Kazuchika Okada and Orange Cassidy. Okay. Now, Bryan went into that match not knowing. I don't know how you don't know that you're not feeling well or something is off. I guess Bryan Danielson's just built different than every other human being ever. He went into this match not feeling well, and he had actually broken his orbital bone or had something wrong with his face coming out of the match with Andrade a week before that, which I thought was a fantastic match on Collision. He goes into this match. Something happens. I don't know where it came from. I don't know who was responsible for it, but obviously he got injured again, and he broke his orbital bone. Tony Schiavone was on the control center or the command center on YouTube previewing the show, and he said that Bryan Danielson's going to be out at least till the end of 2023. Fine.
So
Fine.
wait,
It's a big blow no matter how you look at it.
So I feel a little vindicated here, because I swear with the ending of that show last week, it did not feel like that was a real injury.
No, it definitely came off as a work for sure.
Yeah. So, and it looks like it was. So that injury happened prior to this match.
Yes.
And they were just writing it into the story.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Now it feels better. Because I'm looking at this shit. It does not feel like a legit injury. Then they're working right off of it right away. No, they already planned to work this injury because he was injured prior to the match. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
So out of that match with the weird ending, which we didn't know then, but now we know now, Claudio was like, fuck this guy. I'm going to get Okada when he least expects it. Orange Cassidy, I want you next week for the International Championship because you fucking hurt my friend Bryan Danielson. Fine, there's the story there. And they're all working together because Jon Moxley eventually wants the International Championship back because he never really, fairly lost it. Fine.
Right.
So we got this match. Great open to the show. These guys don't have bad matches. And there was story coming out of last week's show into this. And then they even integrated story from this match from the supporting characters in Hook and then Wheeler Yuta, who got banned from ringside. They got kicked out. And they had a little scuffle. And Hook got thrown out of the building. Wheeler Yuta got kicked out of the building. So now we got a little sub-story there with Wheeler Yuta and Hook, which should be a fun match eventually if it does happen. At the end of this thing, Orange Cassidy did retain the championship. Very, very good match. Some of the highlights in this match, there was a tremendous counter from the tilt-a-whirl DDT that Orange Cassidy usually does, and Claudio transitioned into a giant fucking swing out of the tornado DDT. That was fucking unbelievable. I'm like, holy shit. I never seen that type of counter from Claudio into the swing before, so that was great. So Cassidy did manage to hit a diving DDT to the floor. He was selling his back, go back into the ring. Cassidy hit a Stun Dog Millionaire. Cassidy fought back with a giant swing and a sharpshooter. Cassidy shifted his weight to escape. Castagnoli transitioned into a crossface, then into a Rings of Saturn. Cassidy rolled into a pin attempt for a 2 count, and then Claudio just uppercutted the shit out of him and then transitioned into the anvil elbows. Claudio wanted a neutralizer. Cassidy just crumbled down to the mat, and he was playing possum. He tried for another stun dog. This time, Claudio countered into a sleeper, and he choked him out so hard, he lifted him off the ground and then gave him a choker giant swing, or sleeper giant swing, which looked ridiculous. Cassidy started to fade. He put his hands in his pockets, and he almost got the pin out of the corner with his hands in his pockets. Orange punch, beach break. Claudio rolled out of the ring after being hit with those 2 moves. So we transition into the ending here. Cassidy missed an orange punch. Claudio missed a Rainmaker. And this allowed Cassidy to hit a huge tornado DDT. Claudio nearly hit a pop-up uppercut, but Orange Cassidy stood on his chest and turned it into a Hurricanrana pin with his hands in his pockets for a flash pin, which was fucking unbelievable. And that was the way that the match came to a close. But the real story was Jon Moxley. His music hits. He joins Claudio in the ring. Cassidy was still in there. He tried to brawl with Moxley. He just got beat down. Security guards hit the ring. And Moxley and Claudio were just going to town there on Orange Cassidy. Finally, Claudio had to pull Moxley off Orange Cassidy. And Moxley was angry. And he's obviously now charging towards the International Championship and getting that title back. So I like what we saw here, Jesse, with the Moxley beatdown. Tony Khan is going to go right back to Moxley being the champion because the plans never really called for Rey Fenix to be the champion. So he's obviously going to put the title back on Jon Moxley because he was never supposed to lose it.
Oh, I agree. We never got to see what the plan was for Moxley in that title. Instead, it goes right back to Orange, and we're opening the show with it, and it's rinse and repeat. That's what I was alluding to earlier. But I would love to see what the plans were with Mox and see how the Blackpool Combat Club ends up being portrayed and everything else. It sucks that Bryan is going to be out. I will give TK this much. He has been dealing with the injury bug, man. And I know everyone deals with injuries, but it is hitting the top of his card really hard, you know.
Yeah, it's always a big name too. Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Then we get Brian. Brian was hurt first, and then Adam Cole gets injured. Brian gets back. Brian gets re-injured. Now Moxley was out, and Moxley's back. Brian's out. It's like he can't catch a break. So I understand that it's never easy to work around injuries, and plans get fucked up. But you know, I don't really mind this because the first match with Orange Cassidy was great between him and Moxley. It was a tremendous main event. I don't mind seeing that again. I mean, it's just gonna strengthen Full Gear. I mean, we got Orange Cassidy and Jon Moxley. We got Swerve and Adam Page already announced, part 2 of their feud. And then we got MJF and Jay White. I mean, that's 3 tremendous matches happening at Full Gear. So Full Gear is going to be a banger. And I have no problem with this match taking place again. It's just, you know, things kind of worked out in a weird way for Tony Khan, and he's now trying to get things back on track.
Yeah, I think Hangman and Swerve is the most interesting thing on Dynamite right now.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. Even above the MJF stuff, because that just seems a little directionless right now at this point. I mean, and I know why. It is because of the Adam Cole injury, but nonetheless, now it seems a little, you know, lost, and not more important than what's going on with Swerve and Hangman. And there's no title involved in it, so that's a shout out to them and what those men are doing with that storyline right now.
Absolutely. We'll see what happens. I do want to talk about MJF because he did actually start the show. It wasn't Orange Cassidy and Claudio immediately. MJF was actually interviewed by Renee, and this is going to lead into the next segment that did show MJF and his storyline throughout the show. MJF had a list of the AEW roster and wants to find 3 people who aren't assholes. MJF threw it to a TV where he video called Adam Cole at home. So Adam Cole congratulated MJF on being the longest reigning AEW champion, and he said that he should entertain Samoa Joe's offer. He told this to MJF. MJF left to find partners while Roddy and the Kingdom walked on in, and he said to Adam Cole, who was still on the video call, "Don't you think it's rude that Max walked off in mid-conversation? I never do that to you." Strong asked if Cole agreed that MJF was the devil, but Cole hung up the video call before he could really answer Roddy's question. So we got a quick cut to the actual devil or whoever is behind the mask. We got the masked figure, and that's the way the show started. Now, we did get MJF after this Orange Cassidy and Claudio match. He was backstage. He knocked on Kenny Omega's dressing room door. Chris Jericho answered. He smiled at MJF because MJF asked if Kenny was there, and Jericho slammed the door in MJF's face. So all of a sudden, MJF's walking down the hallway. Wardlow appears out of nowhere and drives MJF back first into a brick wall and chokes him out and says that MJF took everything from him, so he's going to take everything from MJF when he least expects it. Wardlow leaves, and MJF slams his clipboard down in frustration. I mean, you got an ample opportunity to take everything away from him right there. Why didn't you do it there?
Thank you. I said that. Okay, I said that.
He least expected. He didn't expect him to come up from behind him there. What's the problem? There you go.
I mean, anytime you come at me after this point, it will not be less expected than right now. I didn't expect you to come in right now, and now you told me you're gonna come after me later. Even if you catch me off guard, I had some kind of inkling you were coming because you just fucking told me.
I don't know. Or maybe I should just watch the show and not really dissect everything the way that I do. Yeah, fuck off. Give me a break. I mean, Wardlow has not had any interaction with MJF since he's gone away, wherever the fuck he was, sabbatical or creative didn't have anything for him. Maybe he enjoyed catering's desserts a little too much. I don't know.
Growing his hair back,
running the fucking steps up in Philly. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Comes out of nowhere and he says, "I'm going to take everything from you when you least expect it." MJF didn't expect it then. Could have took everything away from you. Could have ended him right there. But then you won't win the title back because he's not really, he's got to give you a championship match first.
Has anybody thought about this? Is Wardlow the devil?
Nah, well, I don't know. I mean, I honestly think whoever is the devil or whoever is going to be the devil, I think they need to start depicting the devil on TV and not have it be fucking, this person or that person under the mask. It's got to be who it's got to be.
Yeah, and I will say this too. At least they are keeping that story fresh because they gave it to us and then went away from it and expect us to kind of forget about it. And they're touching on it now. They're keeping it fresh. They're putting it on TV more. They're making sure that we are following along, which is what we need if you're going to give us a cliffhanger like that. And you got to start feeding us a little bit, man. You can't dangle the meat in front of the bear forever and never give them a taste. Now they're just going to get angry. You got to give them something. So we need a little bit of something each week if you're not ready for the reveal. You can't just leave us hanging out there. So I'm glad that they're mentioning it on commentary. They're trying to add a couple of more layers to it here and there. That's great. Also, with the reveal of whoever this devil is, you really can't mess this up. You're not promising anything huge. The only thing that you can do to mess this up would be have MJF be the devil. That's it. It can't be MJF, man.
No, it can't be MJF.
It can't be MJF. So as long as it's, someone other than MJF and you got a good story behind it, this is going to work out well. So don't worry about it. Just don't be Max.
Shout out to Issa.
Issa.
26 months. Hey, in the chat. Hey, Issa. How you doing?
What's
How you
up?
doing, Issa?
Hey, I got a free sub to Issa's channel. I'm a Demonite again, bruh.
Man, you're a Demonite.
Gifted sub, bruh.
There you go.
Shout out to the Demonite crew on Issa's channel, man.
Who is the devil? Some people are saying it's Dolph Ziggler. Some people are saying it's Jack Perry. Some people are saying it's CM Punk himself.
As long as it's not MJF. The obvious thing, it cannot be MJF. Anything else, fine. I'm not saying anyone else will make sense. As long as you got somebody and a story behind it, it'll work. It got to have a story behind it.
Kyle O'Reilly, anybody but MJF. If it's MJF, I swear to God, people are going to just stop watching AEW.
Yeah, that's just bad, man. It has to be.
That would be awful. We got John Moxley backstage. He talked about how Rey Fenix injured himself. He injured Moxley. Orange Cassidy is there to pick up the pieces because he got hurt. Moxley showed Cassidy respect when no one else would. But like everybody else, Cassidy wrote Moxley off. Now, Moxley said he showed Orange Cassidy respect, not because he really shook his hand or did anything of that nature. He let him live after he beat him for the title. So that was that. He said this is about something else, and Cassidy is just in the wrong place at the wrong time, but at Full Gear, he's going to win his title back and beat Cassidy within an inch of his life, and this time he's not going to let him walk out at all. Looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great match. Moxley's great. He's great at building intensity. And if their first match was a banger, I'm expecting the second one to be just as big of a banger for Full Gear. Mogul Embassy. Brian Cage, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan. They were in a Ring of Honor 6-man tag team title match against the champions, Adam Hangman Page and Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks. Before I get into the match, I have one very important question. Doesn't AEW have their own set of trios championships? Why are we making it about the Ring of Honor tag team titles or the trios 6-man tag team titles, whatever the fuck you want to call them? Why are they being defended on Dynamite? That's what I want to know. When you got your own set of trios championships just sitting around the waist of the Acclaimed, and all you're doing is celebrating 69 days and making sexual jokes about the reign that they have for the trios championships. Or am I the only one that actually gives a shit about this? I mean, don't you find that to be a problem?
And I thought we had a general consensus that we were going to keep the ROH stuff on ROH.
Yeah.
I thought we had an agreement and understanding. We knew TK know that we knew. We know that he knows. Keep that shit on the ROH and keep the AEW shit on the AEW. But it's not going down that way. The Bucks could have lost those titles on ROH and just showed up on Dynamite without those damn titles. and been like, what happened to those damn titles? Well, you got to go back and watch ROH if you want to know.
Something. I don't know why why Ring of Honor needs to stay on the app. Okay? I don't give a fuck about Ring of Honor. Neither does anybody else. I don't give a shit. And you guys don't give a shit. We got titles and titles. The more titles I see, the less fucking valuable they are. They're nothing but fucking props. It's not really a good look, okay? Doesn't really make the trios championships that you got around the Acclaim look any better. That's a fact. Secondly, why did the Ring of Honor tag team champions or the Ring of Honor six-man tag team champions, why can they be on Dynamite, but we got Athena being fucking suppressed on fucking Ring of Honor's app? Meanwhile, she's probably the best women's champion in all of North America. What the fuck are we doing? You don't think Athena deserves to be on television?
Because we already have 2 women's champions on TV that they're doing.
I don't give a shit. Drop the title to somebody and get her on the fucking show. Mogul Embassy should be on Dynamite, being that Swerve is taken off. They don't deserve to be on fucking Ring of Honor. He's got a group. They need to back him. Why does the group need to be split between ROH and Dynamite? Is Mogul Embassy just Swerve and Nana? I mean,
they need to be, it's all of them. They need to be on TV. And if they're going to be backing up Swerve and they're going to be in the tag division, they need to be major players in said tag division.
Well, that's simple.
I mean,
that's the way it's got to be.
They can get rid of this ROH shit. They can just, and at least in the trios division, they can bully the trios titles away from the Acclaim, who do not come off as credible fucking champions right now anyway. So at least if you're keeping the Mogul, Embassy strong, it helps Swerve stay strong at the same time, because it doesn't look like he's going to be getting a title anytime soon either.
Who were the Ring of Honor six-man tag team champions before this? It was the Mogul Embassy, correct?
Before the Bucks?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm assuming it was the Mogul Embassy. I really can't think of anybody. Dark Order? Who was the six-man tag team champions?
I don't think
had to be Mogul. Why did we drop the championships off them in the first place?
Oh, don't get me started on the hot potato of titles in this country.
What did the Bucks do with the Ring of Honor six-man tag team championships that was so great that you needed to put the championships on them? Was it nothing more than an ego boost?
Why did FTR take the fucking titles from the Acclaim?
Same thing.
I'm sorry. No, the Ass Boys took the titles from the Acclaim and then just gave them to FTR, who pretty much didn't do anything with them. And where are they right now? Where are the fucking titles right now?
Starks and Big Bill.
Oh, that's right. Awesome.
I'm going to ask the question again. What did the Mogul Embassy do to get a championship match against the Young Bucks or the Hung Bucks, again, with Adam Page? What did they do? Did they win matches on Dark? I'm sorry, Ring of Honor? Did they win matches on the app? Oh, no, that's right. Nana went on social media today and said that they had a contract for a rematch. I'm sorry, is Bruce Pritchard booking the show? Because that's a Vince McMahon special. Someone loses and they get a championship match the next week.
There you go. You earned it.
I thought we were the alternative here. Reminded me of fucking Vince McMahon week by week over here. This match meant nothing. This match, all it did was play into the fact that Swerve and Page are getting a match at the pay-per-view, and that's all we really give a shit about. Now, the post-match, there was a meltdown by Matt Jackson, which was interesting. After the match was over, by the way, we'll get to how they lost. So, Matt, he was flattened by a spine buster by Khan and Leona. Nick was dropped with an assisted triple powerbomb, a face buster, and Khan pinned Nick to regain the championships. After the match was over, Page and Swerve came out during the match, and he kind of taunted Page. Whose house? Oh, I was in your house last week. So after the match was over, Page and Strickland, they were brawling, and they had to be separated by a ton of security. The Bucks were left alone in the ring. Matt snapped. He tore apart the ringside table. He was slamming a steel chair against the ring post, and he threw a hissy fit because they lost the titles. Now, I don't know what this means. Are they going heel? Does anybody care about the Young Bucks? Listen, I have no problem with Matt and Nick Jackson as on-air performers. I don't. But they're being booked like shit. They don't really mean anything at all. Like Jesse said, they are ice fucking cold. Ice cold.
Yeah.
And I mean, a heel turn is not going to really fix that. And they're owed a AEW Tag Team Championship match that seemingly the company has forgotten that they won in a Fatal 4-Way at Wrestle Dream, but I've now mentioned 3 different times on this stream alone, and nobody has brought attention to it. Is that by design, or are we just dropping that forever, and we're not supposed to think that that match happened? Who cares?
Basically, I mean, yeah. And I think the heel turn, I mean, heel turns is not always the get out of jail free fix all, but it at least tells me they're doing something with the Bucks, because what they were doing before this was just nothing. And then we get the interaction backstage after the announcement, the big grand announcement of, Big Show. And they showed some character on that. They showed some unappreciation with that. So they're doing something with the Bucks. Great. That's fantastic stuff. But yeah, at the same time, man, I mean, what happened to the tag title match? I don't know. I even forgot about it myself, to be honest with you.
I don't know. The Young Bucks, man, it's sad. It really, I don't really know what to say. A lot of people are like, you're pro Punk, you're pro Bucks, whatever the case may be. The show is just all over the place. It is, and the Young Bucks haven't really added to anything at all. They haven't. No. They have not had any impact on the show. They haven't had any impact or nearly any type of impact as the men that they drove out of the fucking company. So they got what they wanted, and now they're in mediocre television. Don't know what else to say.
Did you get the text I sent you?
I did not. Let me check my phone.
There is a new AEW signing.
Oh boy.
Look at that.
Dralistico has officially signed his AEW contract. Wow! Oh my God, let's party! Holy shit! Wow! Adam! Wow, man! Holy shit! Let me go down to my mother's basement and make an old fashioned, man. We'll toast to Dralistico making his fucking AEW appearance. Who gives a fuck? Oh my God! What is with this guy and his fucking rental lucha?
I thought we had the other guy, the Vikingo guy.
Who do we got? I mean, I can't even fucking tell them apart anymore.
What the fuck?
Dralistico, Vikingo, Commander. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
Are we creating a cruiserweight division? Are we having a lucha division?
We are not short on talent. Dralistico is a fantastic in-ring worker. Much like the rest of the luchadors they have in AEW, he's not going to fix the problems we're having on TV, though. That's all we're laughing at, guys. He's not going to be anywhere near the cure of what we're looking for on TV right now.
You got Ray Phoenix, you got Pentagon, you got fucking what's his name? Forgot his fucking name. He's not even on TV. I don't know where the fuck he is. Bandito and Bandito may be the most fucking talented out of all of them.
It was Kalisto. No, we have Kalisto. We have Kalisto at Impact.
Mystico, Dralistico. My asshole. Like, fuck. I mean, what are we doing? Oh, my God. This is at the top of the Tony Khan priority list, man. Where'd Jesse go? What happened? There he is.
Comments of JD are of JD and JD alone, and not the comments of Jesse, Shawtown Smart, or anyone in this organization.
Roosh is great.
Roosh is great.
Roosh is not under a mask.
Yeah.
Who else we got? With Gravity. Fuego's not even there anymore.
No.
None of them are needle movers. None of them. You know what they what they're going to be doing? They're going to be subjected to fucking Rampage and Ring of Dark. on Friday nights or Thursday nights, whenever the fuck that shit airs. I don't even know when it airs. God damn it. What are we doing?
I mean, want good wrestling, man. That's it. That's all I want.
Who said what? That's a good idea. Power Lucha Rangers. That's what we're doing, man. It's like the fucking Transformers over here. God, that's so bad. So whatever, man. Whatever. What the fuck do I know?
What are we doing? What happened to What happened to this company, man?
I'm sure if Triple H signed Dralistico, you'd all be fucking creaming your fucking pants by now. Oh man, look at that! We got another mega talent joining WWE. Tony Khan in the mud.
They did sign Dralistico. They just named him something else. They called him Dragon Lee over there.
Who'd they sign? I forgot who the fuck they signed. Who's this guy? Dralistico. There you go.
I don't see any damn difference in Dragon Lee, Dralistico, or anybody else over here right now. They're all interchangeable.
They all feel the same.
They all feel the same.
They all feel the same. Vikingo, how many times has he used Vikingo? And Vikingo don't even feel special anymore. Like when people say, oh, Vikingo, I'm like, okay, the fuck you want me to do about that?
Yeah, the thing is, guys, they all worked literally the exact same style. They're under a mask, so that severely limits their personality and how much they can put out there as far as getting themselves over. So we see it could literally be the same person. It could be the exact same person dressed up as Dralistico here and Dragon Lee in WWE, and we would not know the damn difference, man.
Whatever. It is what it is. They'll be on Rampage and nobody will watch, and it'll be another it's like Tony Khan's burning money. Whatever, just throw money away. You better have given me the fucking money. I'll put it to good use. Dralistico. What the fuck is Dralistico? Needle mover, I'm sure. Can't wait for the AEW Elite. Oh, Dralistico's going to be a needle mover for Rampage. Yeah, well, we'll go from 250 to 275,000. That's great. Fuck out of here. Moving on. Jericho and Kenny Omega against Matt Menard and Angelo Parker were up next, but we got Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland, he's in the ring with Tony Schiavone, and he has a message about Full Gear. Sting, he approached Adam Copeland last week, and apparently Sting says he needs to make the right decision here. Basically, Jesse and I talked about Sting and guys like Darby bringing out that rated R in Adam Copeland. So, Sting, Adam Copeland said, we have a lot of respect for each other. And he got in his face last week with Darby, and he called Darby the future of AEW. That is if he doesn't kill himself first. Copeland could have given his answer to being their partner at Full Gear against Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne, but those three men interrupted. Cage is going to retire Sting at Full Gear, whether he likes it or not. And we haven't seen Allen around a lot lately since Cage dumped him on his arm at Wrestle Dream. Cage brought up Copeland's neck problems and said if Copeland accepts the match, he is going to snap his neck. And I know you have a history with those neck problems. You're going to leave your kids to wipe the drool from his face? And Cage told Luchasaurus and Wayne to give him a preview. So they hit the ring and Copeland got the upper hand here, battling 2-on-1. But Christian slowly gets into the ring. Adam Copeland could not bring himself to take down Christian Cage. So this allowed Luchasaurus to hit a lariat from behind to the back of the neck, and Nick Wayne, he hit his Wayne's World. Cage was about to give him a concerto, but Sting made the save, wasted Wayne on the stage. Allen sprinted to the ring to beat down Christian Cage as Luchasaurus was dropped by Adam Copeland. Cage turned around, and he eventually hit a spear by Copeland, who officially then accepted being Allen and Sting's partner at Full Gear. The worst-kept secret in AEW since last week. You all knew it was going to be Adam Copeland. But finally, Jesse, we got some interaction physically, some physicality between Copeland and Christian Cage, and we're slowly starting to see that rated R come out with Adam Copeland.
Yeah, he's getting angry. He's getting frustrated. We're going to get them in the ring together. We talked about, is that something that we really want? Is that something that we really need? Do we need them in the same match as as in the opposite corners and tag team? I mean, shouldn't that come after the one-on-one?
No, I think we do the tag team match first and then the one-on-one.
Then the one-on-one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that works better. But listen, Sting on his retirement tour, teaming with Adam Copeland, that's a big deal. I like it. I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about the interaction between those two. I don't know how much interaction they're going to have at the Full Gear pay-per-view. I don't know how much physicality they're going to have, but I just hope that they don't give too much away because I think everybody's anticipating the one-on-one. That's all I ask for.
Right. Agreed.
Now, we move from that segment, which we got another Full Gear match announced, and we go to Nigel McGuinness and Tony Khan backstage. Tony Khan announced on social media yesterday that there would be a big announcement, a major announcement for this week's Dynamite, and it had people guessing what it was going to be. Everything from signing a new talent to giving the ladies their own TV show to a women's pay-per-view to a streaming deal with Max and everything else in between. It was none of those things. It was TK bragging about a great year for AEW, bragging that his parents put their Christmas tree up in July, and he said the best gift for the fans this holiday season would be a ticket to All In 2024. A ticket to All In 2024, TK, is not on my Christmas list. I'm sorry. It's not on my list.
I thought he was giving away the tickets for a minute.
I thought he was going to give away tickets too. I'm like, I'll take a free fucking ticket. I'm not sitting in the nosebleeds, but I'll take a ticket.
I'm not taking a free fucking $50, $60 ticket so I can spend $4,000 getting there.
He said tickets go on sale on December 1st, but you can sign up now for pre-sale access. Nigel then hyped the show and said he can't wait to see all the fans at Wembley Stadium once again next year. Now, I usually praise Tony Khan for some of the things that he does, and I'm very hard on him when he does things that just don't make any sense, like we are tonight. Nothing made sense. There's a lot of plot holes in this show tonight. I will say this as kindly as I can, just in case he catches wind of this, if not already. Announcements like this need to come to an end. They need to stop. Because the more you make announcements like this, the people are going to watch, and then if they have not already been turned off, they're just going to be turned off even more. You know, a lot of people were claiming, Jesse, that this is Tony Khan as the boy crying wolf. Hey, look at me, look at me. You know, my ratings are down. Look at me. I got a major announcement. Now, I know what Tony Khan is doing. He's trying to generate interest for the fucking show, hiding it behind a major announcement. It could have been a multitude of things, but if that's your major announcement tonight, you can fuck your major announcement and shove it right up your fucking asshole. Because this shit was not a major announcement. This was basically a tweet on live television that should have been kept to social media. We didn't need a whole fucking segment to announce tickets to All In going on sale December 1st. Why do I give a shit about tickets going on sale for a show that I already know has been announced for Wembley? You know what I think when I see this announcement? They want to get tickets in the hands of people already, and they want to leave enough time to sell more than 81,000 because somehow, some way, WWE has ruffled Tony Khan's fucking emotions here. That's what they've done. And you're not going to convince me otherwise.
Probably. What if Dralistico signing was the original big reveal, but then they decided that that's probably not.
That was. I mean, if that was the case, holy shit.
What if they? They. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if that was it. Like, this is the announcement, and they're like, oh, well, you know what? That might not be big. Let's replace it with something else.
You know, I'm curious to know how many tickets are going to be sold for this show when, you know, I don't want to say AEW's ice cold because that would be very unfair of me. They got two of the biggest storylines probably in their history happening right now with Christian and Adam Copeland and then MJF. It was an off night tonight. But I'm genuinely curious to see how many people buy these tickets this early for the show. Is it going to matter because it's a Christmas thing? Are they going to sell more tickets for Christmas? Is this going to be in everybody's fucking stocking stuffer this year? The only thing I can truly think of, Jesse, is, you know, they want to beat that number last year, and I think internally they will never admit it. They know that what they're doing right now is not hitting. It's not resonating. People are not coming to the shows. Their attendance figures are way down. Their pay-per-view numbers are way down. Their ratings are down. And yes, it's a competitive October with a ton of shit going on. But you cannot convince me that they are not worried about fucking not selling that show out. If they don't sell more than 81,000 next year, it's a failure. It really is.
They know. They have to know. The fans are. I mean, we're not the only ones sitting here saying these things. What we're saying here tonight, guys, is pretty much the sentiment going around the IWC right now.
Yeah.
Granted, maybe we're a little bit more brutal than others, but we're just being real, man. I mean, we don't sugarcoat shit. When it's great, we put it over to nauseum. When it sucks, we do bury it. And when we do bury it, people get offended at times and things like that. We just want them to do better. We just want them to do better.
You know, you don't make an announcement for a huge signing, right? They show up randomly unadvertised. Who's to say you don't have Mercedes in the pipeline? Meanwhile, you're going to leave something like that hidden from everybody, and you're hyping up this major announcement, and then this is your fucking announcement? You had Ric Flair on the fucking show last week, and I don't really give a shit about Ric Flair, but he could have come with an announcement instead of being unadvertised. When you announce something like this as a major announcement, and this is the announcement that we get, how many fucking people are going to take what you say as gospel and really believe in what you're saying? The next time you have a major announcement, people are going to give fuck all about your announcement because of the last announcement falling flat of their expectations. Yeah, this should have been kept to social media. I'm sorry. Who gives a shit about tickets being on sale for a show that I already announced is happening? Because I was there and Jesse and I got the announcement in the arena.
Yeah, we already knew it.
It's on the fucking big screen. All right, they're coming back next year. I may be here. Wow.
I think he bought out the hotel.
He probably did.
There was no more rooms available like soon after the announcement. I think he bought out the hotel this time.
Who knows? Jericho and Omega against Matt Menard and Angelo Parker. This meant nothing. 7 minutes. Jericho and Omega win. So, Jericho and Omega, they are called, I think they have a tag team. What are they called? The Golden something?
The Golden Jets.
The Golden Jets. There you go.
Why?
I don't know.
What's that from?
I don't know. Can someone tell me what the Golden Jets mean?
And why is everything golden with Kenny Omega? What does that mean?
Because he's gold. Everything he does touches it turns to gold. I don't know.
I just didn't get the reference. I thought it was something referring to something I was unaware of. I don't know why the Golden Lovers were the Golden Lovers. That sounds a little sus to me.
None of my business.
But either way, fine. But now we have the Golden Jets. Like what is this golden thing?
I don't know. Anyway, Omega connected on a Snapdragon on Menard.
Elijah, what's up? First time super chatter. Thanks, man.
What's up, Elijah? Hager jumped on the apron, ate a V-trigger. Omega dived, and an Omega dive, took him out. Aubrey's attention was turned. Matt Menard clocked Jericho with the baseball bat. Parker only got a 2 count. Menard wanted Parker to use the bat. A little bit of a hesitation allowed Jericho to duck the shot, hit the Judas effect. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye. Post-match, the Don Callis family walked to the stage, saying he has to give Jericho and Omega credit for being cockroaches, hard to get rid of, following Takeshita and Hobbs destroying both of them. Maybe this doesn't get finished in a ring, but instead on the streets, Don Callis says. Callis challenges Jericho and Omega to a street fight in 2 weeks on Dynamite, calling them dummies. Omega said none of this was about winning matches. He easily accepts the challenge, but makes it a 6-match street fight, saying Kota Ibushi will be by their side. Callis said that they're still down a man, so Jericho brings up his friend, who is bigger than Powerhouse Hobbs, as Hobbs isn't a giant. Paul White walks out. His knees almost buckled to a point where he can't even fucking stand anymore.
He can't stand.
He's in his ring gear. He KO punched the WMD on Kyle Fletcher. And it looked like he was going to fall over just punching Kyle Fletcher. It looked like he was out of breath just punching Kyle Fletcher. And that was basically the segment as the camera did a close-up on Paul White looking very angry into the camera.
What the fuck is he angry for? He gets to be in a TV match.
I don't know what he's angry for.
What are he mad about?
Everybody wants me to do the big show. I'm not doing the big show here. I don't know who's watching. I'll do that tomorrow.
I don't care. He's already blocked me. Fucking.
Well, It's the big slow. Give me a break. Does anybody who asked for this?
When they brainstormed this, someone in creative said the fans are gonna love this shit. Love it. Actually, that was probably the big fucking announcement. The big announcement.
You think
Big
this was
show.
the big announcement?
That was the big announcement. And someone said, Tony, look, bruh. Remember the Christian Cage reveal? This is much worse. Just announce tickets going on sale or something.
This is how it went down in the creative meeting.
No, TK, I have a suggestion. What do we do with Omega and Jericho? How about we do Big Show?
You fucking kidding me? Who's he taking creative advice from? Nobody asked for this. Nobody wants to see this. This is a big failure. Never mind Big Show. There's no more BS in his little Titantron intro there, man, on the big screen. No more BS.
Oh, there's plenty of it.
There's plenty of it here. Give me a fucking break. People like it. Who likes it? If you like it, go get yourself checked out, please.
Tag them. Who is
Brandon James in the chat. Oh, I like it.
Oh my God. To each his own, man. What can you say?
Big Show! Big Show! Can I ask you a question?
Jacob Donnelly says that the Winnipeg hockey team are the Jets, and since they're both from Winnipeg, then likely that that's why they're the winner. That's why they're the Golden Jets. I still don't know why they're golden.
All right.
Still know why they're golden, but I guess that's where the Jets come from. I mean, okay.
36 hours after Bray Wyatt fucking passed. God rest his soul.
Paul White, can I ask you about Bray Wyatt's passing? How did you feel?
Oh, stop.
Hey, what about that Drill Easty go signing, man? Wow, what a game changer that is, man, right? Moving on. Renee Paquette, backstage.
Love Renee.
Yeah, we love Renee.
Renee gets an up. See, there we go. Shout out to Simon.
Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho are in the locker room together with the Bucks, and Jericho was about to talk about the upcoming match that they just learned about. Matt Jackson cut them off. Matt says he didn't want to get over dramatic, but he's seen enough of this in their past and asks, what's the point of the Elite getting back together when they don't have each other's backs? Matt said his biggest problem was, who invited this prick? And he points to Jericho into their locker room. Matt says he's never forgot what Jericho did to the Bucks father years ago and said Jericho will screw Omega over just like Don Callis did. Okay.
All right.
The Bucks are going, they're getting angry, man. What are they angry about? I don't really know. Apparently they don't have each other's backs.
Well, they just get, dicked over and lost their titles. They go to the back, and Kenny is picking Kota Ibushi and Big Show over them. So they kind of got a reason to be kind of salty right about now. They're not in a good mood. Kenny fucking just fucking ghosted them. They kind of got reason to be pissy right now. So,
Yeah.
All right.
Daniel Rodriguez. Shout out to Daniel Rodriguez in the chat. VIP here in the OTS venue. JD, how buzzed are you right now? Crying emoji. I am completely sober, brother. I don't drink. I don't drink on work nights, man. I only drink when I don't have to stream.
Yeah, me too. After a night like this, I can't wait till the stream is over, man. My liquor cabinet is calling me, bro.
Oh, yeah. I may actually have a gin and tonic. Kind of feeling that right now. We got that. I mean, again, like I said before, I don't give a fuck what the Bucks do. I mean, they're ice cold, just like my beverage will be in about an hour. Hikaru Shida and Willow Nightingale.
My God.
I don't know. I'll let you take it, man. I gotta collect my thoughts. Shida and Willow. Who cares?
So let's start with this. Sheeta can go. Willow, I'm well documented, here saying that how much I'm a
Sheeta
fan
is
of
great. Willow is a very good pro wrestler.
I mean, both of them fantastic at what they do. I like how Willow is a no nonsense hard hitter. I like when she goes into her 1 count kick out and starts hulking up. I like that. That's some classic babyface shit. And Willow is not soft. If you get in the match with Willow, she is gonna punch you. She's gonna fucking kick you, and she is gonna fucking slam you. So you bring that intensity back, and she will equal it, and you have a fantastic match. This match was not fantastic. All right. I don't know if there was a lack of chemistry. I don't know if there was just I'm keeping into account that the crowd here tonight was god awful, and that does not help any performers in the ring at all. So they have that hill to climb as they're doing the match. But at the same time, this is the second week in a row where the women are put in spots, and after the match, it just does not feel good. It doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't seem like there's enough care going on in the women's division. And now I understand we got the stuff going on with Sky Blue and Julia Hart and Willow. That's great, but you literally have 2 women's champions. 2. And I don't know which one is the worst of the wear. They are both ice cold. They both seem directionless. At this point, I would love to have Britt Baker back as world champion, but even if we get that, who is she going to feud with? You've run the entire division into just obscurity. There is nothing interesting coming out of the women's division right now, and it's sad because they are all collectively so fucking talented. So talented. You just put something together for them, and they'll knock it out of the fucking park, but you're not giving them the support that they fucking need, and it sucks, and it shows.
Can we stop defending the fucking title every week, please? You do realize that the more Shida defends this championship against nobodies who have been nothing but losers on TV, who have not earned the championship match, that it devalues the championship. For some of you, you may think it's, well, that's not really the case. Shida is defending the title and she's making it more prestigious. No, that's not what the women's division needs. The women's division needs fucking story. The women's division needs this champion not to blow through all the fucking challenge that she has in the division in a span of fucking 30 days. Can we stop? Can we come up with actual story here and give Shida a rest and maybe build a fucking division around people who are threatening Shida's reign by, I don't know, winning matches?
Yeah. I just saw someone say the best thing in the women's division is Toni Storm. They're botching Toni Storm right now. It was so fucking interesting, and so it just I want to see where this goes, where it started off. But now she's coming off as a little annoying. She goes into commercial breaks doing her silent movies. She comes out after a match, struts down the fucking aisle, and then runs and struts the fuck away. That feels like the wrong direction for what they had going.
What does it matter if Toni wins the championship, which I expect her to because she's the hottest thing in the division? Then what? Is she going to defend the title every fucking week? I mean,
yeah. It's, I don't know. I like the vignette type deals going on with what she was doing. That's great. I like the character itself. That's fucking great. When they started implementing it into the ring and into what she does when she comes out, with just coming out, showing up and leaving, and just doing comedic vignettes before commercial breaks, that's starting to take away from the luster and the anticipation of what we thought we were going to get. I thought she was getting ready to finish this transformation by straight dominating the women's division, but she's become more of a comic relief now, and that's just not interesting at all.
Where was the decision made to make Luther the butler? I mean, does anybody have a problem with Luther being the butler?
I don't fucking care.
You don't care who the butler is?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Luther being the butler does not bother me in this gimmick at all. And no, that it's perfectly fucking fine. She can use a heater, or whatever the case with Luther may be. That's fine. And Luther is case. I mean, truth be told, Luther is phenomenal at character work. Fucking phenomenal at fucking gimmick work. Okay, so if his role is to just be a gimmick and a character for Toni Storm, he'll do great. But I'm just not feeling the direction that they're now going with Toni Storm, herself. I think Luther will nail whatever you need him to do for Toni Storm in that gimmick. I have no problem with Luther in that spot. It's just that now she's become more comedy than seriousness. It's one thing to be involved in your gimmick, and she's this this burlesque, lady from the old days. That's great. But that doesn't mean she needs to be comic. She can be fucking serious. She can come out and whip some ass and still be in her gimmick. She just seems like comic relief to me at this point, and that's not interesting. And I prefer more of the Willow Nightingale style of whooping your ass in the ring rather than being comedic and joking around and running away. It's not cool.
Speaking of butlers, the greatest television butler of all time is Joseph Marcel from Fresh Prince. He played Jeffrey.
Yes, Jeffrey, yes.
Jeffrey, the butler for Philip Banks.
Why are you saying this? What?
I don't know. We talked about butlers. I just thought about Fresh Prince. Great fucking show. One of my favorite shows of all time.
Man, don't play with me like this, man.
What are you talking about? I just said it's one of my favorite shows of all time.
I thought you were gonna say he passed away.
No.
Oh, I'm like, what? What happened to fucking Jeffrey?
Nothing happened to Jeffrey. I'm just shouting him out for being a great fucking butler on TV. Do you mind?
Jeffrey's fucking awesome, man.
I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm like, what? What now? Don't tell me he fucking no. But also, who was it? Luke Perry, not Luke Perry. Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, and Bobby Knight, rest in peace as well.
Yeah, I heard about Bobby Knight today. That whole Matthew Perry thing doesn't really sit well with me, man. I don't. It's something fishy there.
I don't know.
No, I'm not going to talk about it because it's not that type of show. I don't want to bring anybody down, but it's something fishy there, man. I don't know.
Celebrities, drugs, possibly this, that. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, this match, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like Ruby and who did Ruby fight? It was against Sheeta, right? The match was just awful. It was just bad. It wasn't that level of bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was not that bad, but it was. It just felt a little bland.
Yeah. Well, that's because Willow didn't do anything to deserve the title shot.
Yeah. When you put out something that bland in a division where everyone's asking for more from a match like this is not going to help it.
No. So Sheeta got the win. After the match was over, Toni Storm made her entrance with the Butler walking ahead of her, Luther. And Butler, Luther was holding the shoe on a pillow. Sheeta knocked the shoe out of Luther's hand and then kneed Tony in the face on the stage. Toni Storm got up and fled, and Sheeta then ran after her. The lights went out, and then Julia Hart was in the ring standing behind Willow. Willow turned around, stared at her, and Julia offered her hand. I guess she wanted to enlist Willow to the dark side. Sky Blue ran into the ring and stepped into Julia's face. Sky then turned and stared at Willow, and then right back to Julia and sprayed blue mist in Julia's face. Julia rolled out of the ring and was crying out to Sky Blue, "How could you do this? What's wrong with you?" And Willow and Sky Blue apparently still on the same page, at least for now. Again, yes. we talked about it earlier. It was whatever.
Yeah, Sky Blue came out in baggy pants. I thought that was the first sign of her heel turn. I thought it was official.
Doesn't matter what she's wearing, man. She still looks good.
Yeah, she looks fucking great.
Julia looks good, too. By the way, congratulations to Julia Hart and my boy Lee Johnson over there getting married a couple of weeks ago, man. Their wedding photos are floating around on Twitter or Instagram or whatnot. I took a gander. Congratulations to both of them. We love both of them.
So happy for them. It was a star-studded event, man.
MJF, he was sitting against a brick wall in the back, all out of hope. Nobody wants to team with him. Max Caster and Bowens with Billy approached. They've been kind of pestering him throughout the show. Bowens says nobody likes him except Caster. Everybody loves the Acclaimed. Caster said if he teams with them, he had a black bag with them. Please, scissor us. That's all we ask. And wear what's in this black trash bag. MJF looked inside the bag and said, absolutely no deal. No deal. So he said he has more options. So he turned around and there stood Jeff Jarrett, Karen Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt. They all laughed very comically, and MJF, he hung his head in absolute disgust. I don't believe I'm all out of options, and this is what's staring me in the face. So you knew at that point that MJF had to make a decision that he didn't really want to make. Backstage, Roderick Strong, Mike Bennett, and Matt Taven approached Renee. Strong talked to Adam Cole on the phone and complained that MJF didn't even ask to team with him. Adam Cole told Strong to shut the hell up after he asked Well, is MJF really the devil? I think he's really the devil. He may be the devil, and MJF is not the devil as far as I am concerned. He should not be, and Adam Cole hung up on Roddy. So that was that. God forbid it was Jeff Jarrett teaming with MJF, imagine.
Anybody but me noticed that it looks like Karen Jarrett was left in the oven a little too long?
I didn't notice. Every time they're on my TV, I tend to look away.
Looks like she came out a little bit extra crispy. I don't know.
Maybe she went on a nice vacation, man.
Maybe.
A little bit too much sun underneath the palm trees, man. I don't know. Whatever. Another reason. Karen Jarrett on fucking TV. Really? Nobody asked for it.
More Jarrett's. Unbelievable, man. What are we doing? TK. Come on. You have a young, vibrant roster. What are we doing?
I don't know. I really don't know. We got the main event. Bullet Club Gold. Jay White, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, and Juice Robinson. Rock hard. Juice Robinson.
I love this team.
Very good. Very good team. I want to read you a little something that Tony Schiavone said about Tony Storm last week, about Tony Storm laying on the announce table and squeezing her orange on Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone said this in regards to Tony Storm laying in front of him. Every guy wanted to be Tony Schiavone last week. He says, and I quote, well, I knew that Tony was going to do something on the announce table. I thought she was just going to sit on the table. She yanked the top off and stared at me and laid right on the table with her rear end right here in my face. So what a dilemma. My God, Tony, what a problem that is, man. So I've got a girl's rear end in my face and I've got to play it straight. Then she takes an orange. She had two oranges. She flipped me one, if I recall, or handed me one. I ended up with one. She then bit the other orange. She bit right into it real hard right there, and boom, orange juice squirted all over my face. I took that orange and lobbed it over towards Dasha's lap when we went to break. Seems like quite the dilemma there for Tony Schiavone, man. I mean, what a lucky individual, man. Holy shit. Maybe we should give Tony Schiavone's new nickname, or give Tony Schiavone Juice's nickname.
That would be appropriate in that situation.
I mean, if you got a problem with what Tony Storm is wearing nowadays to the ring, man, I don't know, man. Maybe you should go seek help.
And then he's got Dasha next to him. Have you seen Dasha lately?
Yes.
Okay. Poor Tony.
Poor schmuck Tony. Oh, my God.
My God.
First world problem, or third world problems, right? I'm sorry. Whatever.
My
Terrible fucking situation to be in, man. I would never want to be Tony Schiavone in that case. Give me a break. Main event. This one went about 14 minutes. I didn't even think it needed to go 14 minutes, but here we were. MJF, he got the hot tag. He did. He got the hot tag. He was the last one in. Obviously, he got a big pop when he got in there and fended off a 3-on-1 attack from the Guns and Juice. White teased entering the ring, but MJF saw him, so White turned and ran around the ringside area. Austin tripped MJF when he got back in the ring, so we had a little ring around the rosy here. MJF countered the Guns with the DDT. He got the kangaroo kick. He took the Guns out with the kangaroo kick. He celebrated. And he did the little Ultimate Warrior spot he does on the ropes and banging his foot on the mat. White came up from behind him and delivered a quick Blade Runner. And that was basically it. 1, 2, 3, and MJF was pinned clean as a whistle as the AEW champion in the middle of the ring. Taz mentioned that this is a boost for the challenger going into the pay-per-view. So that was it. And then at the end of the match, White waited for MJF to stand up, belt in hand. Caster basically shoved MJF out of the way, and Jay White smashed the belt over Caster's face, so he took a bullet for MJF. The heels retreated to the stage. They celebrated, and then at the end of the show, MJF with the Acclaimed did a 4-way scissor, and that's the way the show went off the air.
All right, so it looked like the ending they wanted to get to was Max taking the shot for MJF.
Yeah.
And for some reason I don't get, but for some reason they wanted MJF to eat a pin from Jay White. So what would I have done to have this make a little bit more sense? Instead of MJF going around and looking like a homeless fucking hobo in the locker room trying to find tag team partners, I would have had Max not give a shit and say, I don't give a shit. I don't have tag team partners and I don't fucking need them. I'll go out there myself and fight all of you fucking a-holes. I don't give a shit. Have him go out there and put up the best fight that he can. I mean, make the champ look good. But if MJF is going to get pinned, it's because he fucking lost to 3 other dudes. That's why. Or 2 other dudes, or 3 other dudes. So that would be the only way. And at the end, have Max come run out. And when he's about to take that fucking shot with the belt, then he hops into the ring and eats that fucking shot from Max at the end. That'll get you to where you want to go with that ending. It keeps Max looking much stronger than having him walking around, can't find any fucking friends, finds fucking 2 friends, and go out there and still loses clean. No, he lost clean because he lost 3-on-1. And he told the Acclaim to stay out of his business because he wanted to do this shit himself. And at the end, Max couldn't take it anymore. Max fucking runs out and eats that fucking title shot, makes MJF look down at him like he didn't have to fucking do that. I could at least fucking scissor the guy for it. Done. Still wouldn't be happy about the champion losing, but at least he lost because it was 3-on-1.
Listen, I said my piece already in the beginning. I don't want to repeat myself. I hate the world champion losing when he doesn't have to lose. I am never. I mean, there is a rare occasion where that makes sense. If he's not ready to drop the title, he should not be losing on television. Number 1. Number 2, he looked weak throughout the entire show, looking like a fucking down and out fucking loser. Oh, nobody likes me. Oh, no, I can't find a partner. Oh, this and that. Meanwhile, the Acclaimed was the best fucking option that you had. No, it wasn't. You had everybody else who's been begging for a title shot, asking for MJF to give them a title shot. All right, you got something that I need. I need your services. I'll give you a fucking title shot when you help me get my title back. Right. That's the story. Meanwhile, we got Max Caster and MJF and their fucking online bromance, mostly from Max Caster, playing out on television because they want to play into the fucking internet mark. Like, really? Yeah. And then we get the champion losing clean. He got his belt stolen, and he sends the crowd home happy and scissors to end the show. Meanwhile, Jay White's walking around with your property. Yeah. How does that make MJF look?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really fucking bad, dude. It looks really bad. I mean, maybe they have a direction. Maybe they have a reason for this. Going forward, we got to wait and see. But in the interim, it just does not look appealing to see our anti-hero Max walking around there and he can't find a friend. It's reminiscent of Stone Cold being forced to get a tag partner, to go out there for the main event. Stone Cold walks around the back, I don't give a fuck. I don't need a fucking partner. And Mick Foley I'll partner with you, Steve. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't need your help. I'll do this shit myself. But then Mankind comes out at the end of the show anyway just to fucking help Steve. And Steve didn't ask for fucking help, but he helps anyway, and they pull it off.
It's
something
all
to keep Max fucking fresh.
It's all about perception. It's all about what you see on television. Like, Jesse's right. Like, Max probably would have been better off going out there 4-on-1 and looking strong. You could have had him wrestle the whole fucking match 4-on-1. Fine. If he lost, he would have lost because he's got fucking balls. And he took a chance. You know what? I want my fucking title back. Nobody's going to help me. Fine. I'll do it myself. I don't need nobody. I'm everybody's scumbag. But if you wanted to get this match the way that it is, instead of MJF looking like a fucking sad sack of shit throughout the entire show, have him go out there by himself and then maybe film something in the back where the Acclaimed are at the fucking gorilla position, and Tony Khan, we know, is sitting back there. Have them say, hey, TK, I know we're not in the match, but we're going out there. We're going to go help Max. This is bullshit 4-on-1. Perception, visuals, everything. Have that lead to them going out there. Have them get in there halfway, team with him, get in there, do an 8-man match, and then have the ending play out where MJF still lost, but he went in there and wrestled 90% of the match by himself.
Yeah. Looks strong.
Something.
Looks strong. Nobody can beat someone fucking 3-4-1.
No.
Makes sense. But Max is a fucking hothead. He thought he could do it, and these guys fucking ran him. They fucking rolled his ass, and the Acclaim tried to come out, but it was too little, too late. They tried to honor Max's wishes by leaving him the fuck alone, but they said fuck that. He's a friend. We came up together in this business. I'm gonna do something. You could have had just Max come out at the end. Just Max. That's the ending you wanted him to eat that shot, or the Acclaim could have came out and, like you just said, get in the match at the end of the fucking game, and all of that. Either of these scenarios would have looked much better than what we got tonight. This is the weakest Max has looked since he's been champion in AEW.
I agree. Again, we made the show sound 10 times worse than it was. And it was, I don't want to sit here and tell you it was, it was, I don't even want to say it was a good show. It was a poorly booked show. That's what it was. It was a poorly booked show with no thought. It seemingly felt like AEW just put whatever the fuck they wanted on television, and they didn't give a second thought to anything that they put out there. And I'm glad that we are one of the shows that are going to call this shit out for what it was. It was a poorly booked show. Creatively, it sucked tonight. And if you don't agree with that, go listen to somebody else on social media fucking parade around with all this positivity because they want to be noticed by the AEW roster. I don't really give a shit. I'm going to make my money regardless. Jesse's going to sit here and fucking tell you like it is. I'm going to tell you like it is. If you don't like it, go take a walk.
That's all we do, guys. That's how the show came off to us. We're gonna get people in our DMs and tweeting like these guys don't know nothing. Like, oh, we probably don't. Maybe we fucking don't. But I do know that this show could have been much better than the stuff that we got.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I appreciate all of you hanging out tonight. We had 2,200 in here at one point. I really appreciate you guys very much for hanging out this evening on Off the Scripts. We're going to get into the super chats in just a second. First, I want to say, I know you guys have been asking for the audio podcast on Spotify and iTunes. I know nothing's been uploaded there for a week. And I want to tell you that everything is now back to normal. Blue Wire, the company Blue Wire I was partnered with for the audio podcast, they seemingly dropped everybody in the wrestling podcast realm that they had except Chris Van Vliet. So he's the only one on there. Don Tony got dropped, I got dropped, and no explanation was given. And it was very unfair, and I don't really appreciate the level of business that they conducted. So it left me in a situation where I had to struggle to find a home for the podcast. I found someone, communication was terrible. I asked to be let go, and now I'm back with another company, and hopefully things normalize once again. So if everybody is missing the podcast on iTunes and Spotify and all those other major audio platforms, you should have everything there now, starting this week with Monday Night Raw and last night's Tuesday Night Titans. Tonight will be uploaded immediately after I go off the air, and everything should be there for you guys to go back and listen to. So it is there. So if you guys have been asking, just give it a listen and go check it out, man. I would really appreciate it. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Follow Jesse at Chi-Town Smart. Go subscribe to Jesse. His YouTube handle is in the description at the very top. Go click it. Go subscribe. It's well worth your time. And
also, let me get a quick minute here.
Yeah.
So, go to my channel. Check it out. What am I doing? I'm covering Impact. Impact is a passion project that I'm going to take on. All right, I've already taken it on. My guy right here next to me has WWE on lockdown. All right, we do AEW together. And when I started doing this, we agreed that I don't want to stream when he's streaming. We share the same audience, even the small audience that I have. I don't want anybody on my stream watching me when JD is on, so I don't stream the same time as him. So I'm trying to branch out and do something outside of what we're doing here, and I want to see if it works. All right, so I'm gonna get ready to expand my show. The rebranding to TNA kind of put a hiccup in that, so I might have to go back and work some things and things like that. But I'm not here to sell anybody on how good Impact is. I know how good Impact is, and I tell you guys how good it is. And if you don't agree or don't like it, it's probably just not your cup of tea. And I get that, and I can understand that. My whole thing is I don't understand the unnecessary bashing of it like they stole money from you. It's like, what is the big deal? If you don't like it, okay, then don't watch it. And then when you're asked about it, say, I don't really get into the product. I don't know anything about it. I hear good things or I hear bad things. I don't know. But I can't shit on it because I don't watch it. Basically, what I'm asking for is from this guy and you guys in the chat and everything like that is a little professional courtesy. That's it. We're a family here at the OTS family, and we support each other at the end of the day. So you guys burying something that I'm trying to get off the ground literally takes money out of my pocket when I'm trying to make a little extra money for me and my family. So if it's for you, awesome. If you want to support, great. If it's not for you, I'm sorry to hear that, but there's no need for let's kill it because it's something that I'm trying to get off the ground on my end. It's something that I am building myself away from this guy to see how I can do it myself. So, that's all.
Somebody in the chat said, JD, I hope it's not Podcast One. No, I'm not with Podcast One, and I don't know why they're so bad, so I would love to know why so I can keep them off of my radar. But no, I'm not with Podcast One. Again, go check out all the other content on the channel. The audio stuff is up and will continue to be up. Sorry for the week where there was no content being filtered out to those audio platforms, but everything is now rectified, so hopefully things get back to normal. Blue Wire really fucked me over because that was a nice chunk of change every month, but you know, can't expect everybody to be professional in the wrestling space. But yes, go check out Jesse cover Impact. And Swerve apparently is wrestling Speedball Mike Bailey at the House of Glory show on December 1st. And yes, I said I didn't like independent wrestling, but that's not an independent wrestling match. That's a big time match.
You work for House of Glory, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The
Yeah.
indie company, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
I don't have to like indie wrestling, but I do like the place that I work for. I love the place that I work for.
The indie company.
We don't put on a show like regular indie promotions do.
With higher production value?
Yeah. I would like to think so. Maybe I don't watch the shows back on Premier Network. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Have you?
I've seen the shows.
Production's not good, huh?
Impact is better.
Yes, well, you would think so, being that they are funded fairly well, right?
Not quite funded as WWE and AEW, so not as good as them, but
All right.
better than the place that you work for that you don't like. So.
Joseph Taylor with a $7 super chat. Sorry, $7 super chat. Jesse, I think Solo and Damian Priest need to win Saturday at Crown Jewel. Okay. I don't think Jesse will be watching Crown Jewel.
I don't know. Sometimes the timing of those shows fall in my day where I'm not really doing too much, and I'll pull it up if I have nothing else going on.
10 May, 46 months in the venue. This man is 2 months away from the elusive Mustang emote. Oh my goodness. 10 May, thank you, brother. He's the longest reigning and defending OTS VIP in the venue.
That's awesome, man. That's what's up.
Dwayne Jackson with $10 in super chat. The announcement for early tickets for All In 2024 going on sale is the worst announcement. TK could have waited for Revolution for that. I was hoping for streaming service announcement. I know we're going to be getting the streaming service announcement, but I think the logistics still need to be worked out about that. I think after World's End, I think we'll get that announcement. Michelle Moran with a $2 super chat. Maybe a trios title win for Sting, Darby, and Adam Copeland. No. Scripps, 27 months and counting. Proud to be an OTS OG. Scripps, thank you, brother. Tony Brown with a $4.99. Bullet Club Gold is the real deal. And yes, Jesse, I saw Sky Blue.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Baggy jeans, though, man. It's turn heel.
One-winged Will with a 7 months. Lucky 7, love you, JD. Tell Jesse don't be upset about seeing Paul White tonight. Beyond the Script with a $4.99. What's good, JD and Jesse? Max Caster is growing on me. Just some New Japan rejects and the Ass Boys. Max got the scissor from MJF finally. Didn't like it.
Max is growing on me. Ew.
Jedi Joker with 29 months. I thought tonight was a pretty lackluster show. TK's big announcement could have been a Twitter post. Paul White and the Acclaimed were predictable. Yes. Derek Anawayi, new membership. I'm surprised, Derek. I thought you were a VIP here, man. But thank you again, regardless, for becoming a member here on OTS. Tommy Brannigan with a $5 super chat. JD and Jesse, awesome show as always. The best podcasters in the IWC. OTS for life. Thank you, Tommy. Triple M with a new membership. Triple M, what the fuck are you drinking? Rage with a $100 super chat. I appreciate you, Rage. We love you. Hopefully all is well at home there. Thank you for the 100. Triple M with a $5 super chat. The state of Bungie and Destiny 2 and the layoff of Salvatore has me singing Red Skies. Finally rejoined the VIP club. Keep doing your thing, champ. Yeah, man, that Bungie Destiny 2 thing is very concerning, man. The game may be finished. Honestly, I know it's all doom and gloom right now, but I think a lot of people are gonna just quit. Honestly, playing the game. I will not. I have not pre-ordered Last Shape. I don't pre-order games that quickly. I was gonna pre-order it anyway as soon as we got closer to the release, but now we have till June, so I'll wait till June to pre-order.
I would have thought about it if the exclusive exotic that came with it was actually really good. But it's not. So.
I'll wait. It's not a meta gun, so it is what it is. Phase B. I am in the gym 3 days a week, brother. Only took a little bit of a break because I had to go away for a couple of days to go do personal shit, but I am back. Triple M, thank you, brother. Tenario with a $9.99. JD, did you like the WWE Taboo Tuesday, Cyber Sunday pay-per-view concept? No, I did not, because they were all predetermined. How could you enjoy it if WWE manipulates the entire show? It's not really fans' choice. No. Scripts with a $5 super chat. I've got a major announcement. Tony Khan's announcements suck. Yeah, tonight was a fail. The Cake with a $5 super chat. The Elite were Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions, but didn't appear on Ring of Honor at all. They're well, that's new to me. I mean, I wouldn't have known. I don't watch Ring of Dark. They're the E in AEW, but they are part-timers now. They're barely on TV nowadays. Well, I think they've lost a lot of their luster, to be quite honest with you. And I think the whole CM Punk situation didn't really make them look good to certain people.
That didn't help.
No.
It didn't help. And like I said, they're not doing anything of interest on TV.
No.
You just leave everybody's minds, wandering, and if they're gonna wander, they're gonna wander into you and the CM Punk shit because you're not doing anything else.
No.
The shit with Punk is more interesting than what you're doing on TV, and that shouldn't be. Do something great on TV, and people will start to forget about other shit. But right now, you're not doing anything.
Chelsea with the new membership. Thank you, Chelsea. Actually, you're not a new member, Chelsea. It says you're a new member, but you're a member for 19 months. Peach flavored old fashioned for me. Milestone unlocked. We're halfway to that gold mic. Drink up, Sir Jesse and Lord JD and Clucky. Cheers. Can't forget Clucky. Clucky's always at the bar, man. He's always got a drink in his hand.
I saw a kid in my neighborhood dressed up as Clucky trick-or-treating.
Of course you did.
I swear to God.
You know what I saw a lot of this year in my neighborhood? A lot of Ghostbusters.
Oh, Spider-Man dominated my neighborhood.
Yeah, a lot of Spider-Man stuff. I see some Spider-Man, a lot of Marvel stuff.
I would assume New York is littered with Spider-Man because it's based in New York.
Yeah. Yuri Lover with a $5 super chat. JD, if you can date any female wrestlers in WWE or AEW currently, who would it be? That's a very weird question, Yuri, but I will entertain your question. It would be, I would probably go out there and say, if I have to choose one from each company, Sky Blue in AEW.
Whoa. What happened to
Tony time? Tony time. I mean, it could be Tony time anytime. It's just, Sky Blue's more my flavor now. I don't know.
Oh, man. See, it happens when you hang around Chicago and it's too much.
I know. And, WWE, it would have been Sasha, but she's not there. I think Sasha's gorgeous, but, I don't know. I know NXT's got a couple of good-looking women, man.
So, I mean, are you still thinking about this? What is your problem, man?
And then Nikita Lyons.
Thank you. Done. Over.
Lola Vice.
Who?
Go look up Lola Vice, and then you'll say, who? Oh, you'll be like...
Is she going to be better than Nikita Lyons?
Bro, just go look at her fucking Instagram or her Twitter, bro. Chat, Jesse doesn't know who Lola Vice is, man. Please, just... Will you fucking educate this clown, please?
I'm going to look right now, and if she's not better than Nikita Lyons...
Roxanne Perez, I mean, she's a hottie, too. You know, you got to love Roxanne. Cora Jade, Cora Jade's all right.
Bro, she's gorgeous. So She's hot.
Okay.
But is she better than Nikita Lyons?
Nah,
No.
That's why I mentioned her first.
Oh, God, man. Yeah, she's got it for sure.
Yeah. Anna Jay's another one. Now, listen, you can't go wrong, man. You can't go wrong. There's some attractive women in the world of pro wrestling. Thank you, Yuri. Chelsea, thank you for your 19 months. Clint Bond with $10. I go back and think, and it started to falter a bit when Tony bought Ring of Honor. That is when the consistent quality started to waver. Also, I don't want to see a single damn low-rent Ring of Honor belt on our AEW TV. If he wants to put a Ring of Honor belt on someone, they should be in Ring of Honor until losing. You said it, brother. I didn't. Absolutely feel the same way. I don't know why you look like Brad Shepard in your profile picture, but hopefully that is you, Clint, and not Brad Shepard. El Mase with a $10 super chat. Dressed up as Larry the dog yesterday. Won scariest costume. Cake with a $2 super chat. Cardblade is my champion. Cardblade is cool. Will Chisholm with a 5. That report of Tony booking stuff last minute, this show didn't help Tony's case. Too much Vince shit on this show. Raging Girl Gamer with another 50 bomb. Thank you, Rage. MJF is a natural heel. He shouldn't be scissoring anyone. Plus, he lost 2. Like, what the fuck, TK? For one thing, he looks like a bitch for having his title stolen. Well, Rage, tell us how you really feel. Huh? Thank you, Rage. Israel with a 29 months. You both right. What happened with AEW? I don't enjoy it as much as I did in 2019. It's becoming WWE-like when Vince was in charge of creative. Kratos, new membership. No, you're not new. 38 months, it says. My membership expired earlier this afternoon due to no funds, but I got it fixed. Thank you, Kratos. I really appreciate that. And you got that title belt. You don't want to let go of that, man. Not many people have that. Phil with a $9.99. I'll always have a special place in my heart for AEW, considering it brought love back to the business for a lot of people who've been watching since day one, but it's not the same anymore. We deserve better. Or maybe Tony should get a fucking writing team.
I'm hearing that he low-key has a writing team.
Well, I don't know what the fuck they're writing then, because they clearly didn't pick up the pen for this show. Colby Duran with a $4.99. What exactly did MJF take from Wardlow besides holding him hostage in a contract? He destroyed Max and won his freedom. Why is he upset now? It's nonsense. Well, hopefully we get that answered when the time comes. He took everything from him. What exactly did he take? He beat MJF and then went on to win the TNT title, no? Jesse? I don't know.
Much. I mean,
if Wardlow has anybody to blame, he should blame Tony Khan.
Grace. I mean, he was right there, man. He
Yeah.
was right there. I don't. They cut his hair and said, "Get the fuck out."
You know what? I should really dress up as Ryan Satin for next year's Halloween. I'd win scariest costume.
Well, you have some kind of weird obsession with this guy.
Who? What? No.
Weird
No.
obsession with a dude.
Dude, he has a weird obsession with me. What are you talking about?
Oh, really?
I don't mention him.
You just did.
Jason Barker with a $5 super chat. Hey, Jesse, talk about Andrew Baydala and his comments yesterday and why you blocked him. No, we won't be talking about Andrew because Andrew's great. He does a great job on Tuesdays, but I don't know what you blocked him.
I blocked him.
You blocked him on Twitter?
I don't know. Did I? Who said I blocked him?
Jason Barker.
I don't know Jason Barker, man.
I don't know, man. What did he do to you? Let's all be friends here, okay? Let's all be professional, okay?
A professional courtesy, man.
Yeah. Well. Hiru with a $20 super chat. These people saying just watch the show, understand that AEW is episodic TV. Things need to make sense, and you guys rightfully call things out. If I wanted to just watch, I'll go to my local indie show where they don't tape TV. That's a quality comment there, Hiru. I can't really argue your take there. Cake with a $5 super chat. This is for Jesse. Go buy yourself a tavern pizza. I've always wanted to try a tavern pizza.
Oh, thanks for donating that to JD's channel. It's awesome.
What is a tavern pizza? That sounds quite intriguing. What is that?
Chicago style.
Oh, it's
not deep dish.
Okay. All right.
Good Chicago pizza.
Okay. Sounds like a place I'd eat at. Tavern pizza.
No, it's like a tavern style.
Ah, okay. Steven with a $1.99. Thank you, brother. NYC Demon Diva with a 26 months. Issa. We love Issa. Elijah with a 5. Could be pie in the sky, but during the devil glitch tonight, last week, there was a Chicago skyline hidden. I tweeted it to you and Jesse earlier. Bro, if Punk is the devil, I don't know how they kept that secret.
You guys, wrestling fans have this weird thing about not being able to decipher fact from fiction, man. They think everything is a work.
I don't know.
Everything.
Theme parks and things with Johnny with 12 months. My guess is the name is based off the Winnipeg Jets hockey team. Yes, we've come to that conclusion, Johnny. Thank you, brother, for 12 months. Killicious for the new membership. Appreciate you, brother. What the fuck you drinking tonight? AJ with 6 months. 6 months of being in the venue to the best wrestling podcast in the community. JD, you are the man. And Jesse, respect and love to you as well, my guy.
That's what's up, bro.
Thank you, AJ. Jedi Joker with a $2 super chat. What's the problem, Schiavone? I love oranges. So do I. One of my favorite fruits. My favorite fruit, though, is probably a blueberry and a strawberry. I'm a big blueberry guy. Edward Liu with a $4.99. Wrestling lacks an offseason, but do you think TK should take his own season off? Seems like he's running himself too thin and just needs a break. Bro, the man works 80-plus hours a week.
TK could definitely, absolutely establish an off-season for his rosters. It's so damn huge, he can rotate their schedules.
Yep.
Take a lot of, I get it takes a lot of work and manipulating and moving parts and shit, but it can be done.
Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. All hail the undisputed IWC Tribal Chief. Hope you and your fur babies are doing well, JD. They are doing well. Thank you, Solo. Will Chisholm with a 10. It's crazy how Tony Khan booking is so up and down. I wonder what made this happen, but I knew something was up when Tony says he don't listen to fans who just try to help. I don't give a fuck if he listens or not. If it's good, if it's good. If it's bad, it's bad, and I'll let you know.
He listens to fans. Don't listen to them.
Joseph Taylor with a $5 super chat. JD, Jesse, what does WWE do after Judgment Day ends? I can see Finn and Damian leave WWE. In my opinion, what's left for Finn and Damian to do in WWE? Finn and Damian Priest are not leaving WWE. Triple H is not letting either one of those guys go. And theme parks and things with Johnny, $10 super chat. From one Mustang owner to another. Keep up the great work, JD. And yes, you to Jesse. And how do I find that version of the Mortal Kombat song? Just look up Andy James Mortal Kombat. He's playing it live in his studio on guitar.
It is non-copyright?
No. It's a video game.
For the song?
Yeah, it's not anywhere. He doesn't have it on an album or anything. It's just him fucking around.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's all the super chats, guys. We appreciate you hanging out tonight on this AEW Dynamite post show. You guys are great. Again, follow us on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Go follow Jesse at the Chi-Town Smark handle on Twitter. Same @ on YouTube. And I'll be back tomorrow with something. I don't know what I'll be back with, but I'll be back with something. I got some more Pokemon cards coming in the mail, man. We'll be doing a live stream over on the second channel as well. Go subscribe to the second channel. Some great shit coming over there. All holiday season coming up. The cards are on my Christmas list. And the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 campaign for all those who have ordered the game early comes out tomorrow. I am thinking about streaming that on the second channel. Maybe. No
Oh,
promises.
they get a new campaign mode?
Yeah.
What's the game? Is it MW?
MW3. MW3. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right.
So we will see. I appreciate you guys very much. Again, hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. I'd love if you subscribe, become a part of the family. We love pro wrestling here, man. If I tell you anything, we love pro wrestling. We may be hard, we may be violent sometimes with our opinions, but we all love pro wrestling. So hopefully you understand that. The audio stuff is back up, so go check that stuff out for everybody that's been wanting the audio stuff. And again, please hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000.
It's more JD from NY, the second channel.
Yes. More JD from NY, the second channel. It's linked in the description, you guys. I don't put that shit there just for good looks, okay? It's all there. And then hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes right here on OTS. Guys, I'll see you back tomorrow with something, and then I'll be back live Friday for Friday Night SmackDown and the go-home show for WWE Crown Jewel. I'll see you guys later.